2, 1, Fidelio.
All right, welcome back, everyone, for a very special Decemberist episode. So, tonight's one quick thing is going to be, and so help me God, I did this to myself. I have only me to blame. What is your character's favorite holiday? And I laid out a couple of limitations where it was limit on one holiday, and in the meantime, you can invent it, but it needs to be tied to either a country or region, or why do they like it? So, let's get started. Mikey, break my mind. What's Garrett's favorite holiday?
He really likes the halfling celebration of Uashukano Lapoi, which is their Shokan spirit crossing, like similar to Samhain or Halloween.
Cool. What made Gary fall in love with that?
There's a lot of free spirit involved in how the halflings handle a lot of their life and their choices and their decisions, and he really, really resonates with that.
Very cool. Would you do me a favor and post that 17-word title?
It's only 2 words.
It's 2 words.
Oh, I'm sorry, syllables? Because it was impressive. Like, you said it very quickly and very impressively. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I invented it.
He invented it with me last time.
Your naming rights have been revoked.
Yeah, well, you have to type it out, so that's what you get to do.
No,
All right,
I just need to copy paste.
Well, Mikey types that and
I got it.
that.
Mikey. I can paste it.
Lestrin, what's your favorite holiday and why?
Lestrin's favorite holiday is the Horn Moot. It's the day at the end of winter when the dwarves emerge from their caves and subterranean homes to trade with the people down in the flatlands. They trade their beer and their hammers and swords and weapons and all kinds of different cool stuff.
And what made Lestrin fall in love with that day?
Because he likes beer.
That's a fair answer. All right.
Dwarf. I love our dwarf.
All right. Go ahead and, Sam, if you don't mind typing that out for me really quick so that we have that on the blurb. Next, I'm afraid. Lolly.
Yes.
What's your favorite holiday and why? And please don't hurt me.
Molly's birthday.
Oh.
Because there's lots and lots of celebrating and cake and confetti and presents.
All right. Okay. Latham.
I mean, if you want an internationally recognized one, Slaughter Dog.
No. What culture has Slardog, Lolly?
Well, it's more of a Gith-Yankee one, and it's the day of slaps, and you approach somebody that you've had umbrage with during the year, and you give them a light slap, and they should have self-reflection if they receive a slap.
And why is this Lolly's favorite holiday other than Molly's birthday?
Because the kids just go nuts with it and slap each other all day.
Of course. Latham, I'm both more and less afraid. What's your favorite holiday and why?
Nothing too crazy here, but in the village that Latham and his mom were refugees to many years ago, Lacona was a little harvest festival, not too dissimilar to many others and around the regions. First new moon after the land start changing. Very festive though, and usually one celebrated by wearing masks of honored descendants. Lots of food and lots of drinking. The why part and why he kind of occasionally celebrates it himself, even if just a little toast and his lands are far off now, was one of the main drinks of this was this type of mulled blood wine that the adults would drink, and the kids would get a version of it that was not alcoholic, but he got some early on, and that's what was his first taste of alcohol and the many joys that brings him.
Oh God,
So-
that's what made him.
I feel like every week we get an answer about Latham's childhood. We learn so much. Like,
What, none of your parents put cigarette butts out on you?
That's next week.
what's the
And it was a
biggest thing?
cigar.
Right. All right. Okay, Jyotis, bring us home. Limit 1.
Yeah, I know.
Jyotis' favorite holiday?
It is the same as Garrett's. It is also Ua Shokano Lapoi. However, I'd imagine Garrett likes the more rural version, which was more probably the original version. Jyotis likes the Gilderstrand variant, which is it's a combination of Samhain and Inti Rami and a little bit of Mardi Gras. And it's a 10-day celebration. It's big and boisterous, and it celebrates harvest as well as the god Shokan. So, but Jyotis mainly likes it, and he's only known about it since he's been a surface dweller. So he's only liked it since he's moved to the surface, and he likes it for the food and the drink because it's 10 days of food and drink. And one of the highlights of the week is the roast beast, which is 10 animals stuffed together and pit barbecued. It's an aurochs stuffed with a wild boar, stuffed with a mosquito, stuffed with an albatross, stuffed with a duck, stuffed with a chicken, stuffed with a sturge, stuffed with a jackalope, stuffed with a turtle, stuffed with an emu egg, and then pit barbecued.
I'm surprised none of those were fictitious, but maybe we could swap something in there.
What's that?
So I'm surprised none of those were fictitious to the land, but
They're all fictitious. Some of them are fictitious to the land. Aurochs and jackalope. And,
okay,
and the
missed the RX. Nice.
Yeah.
It is a falsification of physics.
And
Well,
all wrapped into a dragon.
they're butchered. They're butchered, and so it's butchered, and then seasonal nuts and berries and fruits and breading are layered between the meats, and then it's all wrapped in banana leaves in a cage and cooked.
An auroch duckin, if you will.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All right. And it ends. I do want to say the day 9 of day 10 of the 10-day celebration. It ends with a sky lantern celebration to celebrate the spirits of your ancestors returning to their eternal freedom.
So what I've learned is that, like, 4 out of my 5 players are all about Halloween and Thanksgiving, as far as their characters go. And then one of my characters is potentially abusive. Like,
Oh, come on. You never pinched other kids during St. Patty's Day. Like, come on.
no,
That's
it's always
about
getting
that's
pinched.
about, yeah.
I hated getting pinched.
Right.
Oh,
Not all of us were the personification of the kid from the Poltergeist tribby. So
I did a lot of threatening of bodily harm on that day because
Yeah,
I
I
refused to
typically
wear
would
green.
threatening.
avoid the problem, but if I didn't, yeah, I would. People got punched.
Sorry, I tried to
Alright.
think of something
I
that
almost
like
made
kids would
Latham-
do, and the
No,
other was
no,
opposite
it's-
day.
it's perfect.
I almost made Latham's his naming day because it's about
Nice.
Sheer
not quite-
force of ego behind that.
it
My
seemed on
favorite
point for the
holiday
character.
is me.
Curiosity, I googled mine, and that's the screen.
Yeah,
captures.
no, I saw that article. It
And
looked
I was
good.
like, that's perfect. That's like totally Lester's holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No,
That is
that's awesome. All right, guys. So, would anyone like to handle? I mean, these are good holidays, and I'm actually it's kind of cool to see 2 characters really liking the same holiday too. That's good synergy, and in
They wear
fact,
ugly sweaters and bond during it.
It was a collaborative
There's
effort.
costumes worn all week long.
all right. So, would anyone like to handle the summary from last week's game?
That's crazy.
As I fell asleep most of the way through the end. No.
All right. Well,
It was
Sam's
a
right
whole,
out.
it was a whole lot of talking and trading and of kids. Because
I can do up to spa
We
day.
trafficked some
kid
children
trading is
to their
exactly
homes.
Garret made a deal with the
child
goblin
trafficking is what we do.
chieftain. That was important.
I'd be happy to summarize up until my spa day.
All right, yeah. Well, let's start with that, and we'll have someone who wasn't quite as tired pick up after that. That'll be good.
Excellent. So we finished our battle with the irrevocable.
Irrevocable.
We got to work on this name thing.
Urethra Franklin.
Urethra Franklin, and we kept the not so childish children goblins from going through the what we suspected was a portal, which turned out to be a hole to nothingness. And Lolly put a sign that said no fishing to keep everybody away. Jyotis learned how to open the doors, so he assisted in letting the rest of the goblin children out. We got them all in a line. While everybody was doing that, I stole magic clothing from a altar that was providing counter synergy to the celestialness of the plane we were on, and gave them to Latham. And then we all moseyed on out of there. Bixbit was actually helpful and didn't try to kill us. Lolly woke up a celestially charged Yith child who we could not help. And we had to charm her to get her back into the stasis pod before we transported ourselves the heck out of there over to the med bay. When we got to the med bay, Lolly had been hit by the blinding celestialness of the child when she released her. So Lolly was completely blinded. Lesterin was half blinded, and everybody else managed to shield themselves. The Quan person, I just heard their names and I can't remember them.
Dale and Led.
Led and Dale.
You want an easy trick to remember it?
Hmm.
Led and Dale are spelt just backwards.
Oh. Got it.
There you go.
Okay. If I can remember them to begin with. If I could remember one of them, then I'd
That's
have
helpful because I was just typing out Dale going, how is it? How do I spell that? So thank you.
Actually, that's kind of on brand that you wouldn't remember her name.
Right.
I love it. And then, so we ended up in the med bay. They used a diamond in their spell to heal Lolly's eyes. In the meantime, I, Lesterin, went and took a lovely spa day and sat in the pond, which I couldn't drown myself in.
Yay.
Not that I would try. And I loved that. And then Jyotis was trying to get some nookie by asking for a throat massage for his venomous glands.
So
It
much
was
phrasing.
Partially put down.
I was not sure.
Only partially.
He was
just
told he
dug
could
him-
massage his own throat.
Dug himself a hole. He had to massage his own throat. No. He was given a salve to apply to his venom glands, and so those should mature someday. And then, he also learned he had psionic powers. Let's see.
Telekinesis.
No, that's pretty good because that's
Oh.
right where you started to fade.
Lolly did a belly flop into the pond, taking damage. She did 5 minutes of whooshing with the cape.
Yeah.
And got a cool new cape with that.
Attuned to her magic cape. I took a electric shock and piercing damage to attune to my magic item.
Your arm, right?
Who else got a magic item? Oh, Latham got his magic
I guess
item.
threads.
The magic threads. Are you wearing robes now?
Temporarily.
Smoking jacket. It's a smoking
no,
jacket.
at this point, I think he's still in his little smoking jacket. You know, like a red with like a slight trim to it. I think Hugh Hefner kind of thing.
Ah, gotcha. The cleric and his posse got healed and everything, so they and the goblin children accompanied us to leave the temple, and that's when I about started to fall asleep.
Oh. Well, we actually made it to the goblin camp, and y'all went inside to go explain the situation of why the kids were aged, and something must have gone right, because then the war chief appeared and was like, hey, show me your book. And he filled out his true name into it and was like, hey, you can call me anytime you want. So I did, and then he got mad that I kept saying his name out loud, so that's on him. That's what I remember from my perspective.
Mm-hmm.
I assume you guys did something in there.
Gary or Latham want to bring us home?
I mean, we brought their children back. They were not pleased with the whole being aged with only a year left, although Dale and Led said 2, but, you know, these are goblin children, so it's more like 1. Struck up a deal with swapping the children. I don't know where the human kids are now. I believe we've given back the goblin children. So I don't know where the human kiddos are.
The goblins had them, and I think they were going to turn them over to us.
Yeah, so I think that's still in the, like...
All of the metal spoons are in the dishwasher. All of the metal spoons are in the dishwasher.
There is no spoon.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I turned on. I forgot I had turned off my mute.
It's all good, man.
So we negotiated the washing of metal spoons. I think that one went well.
I gave my grandma some ice cream. Sorry, I thought I turned off my
So good.
Damn it, it's so wholesome.
Right? All right. Well, that's
yep.
actually a fairly effective summary. So,
yes, between Latham and Garret, we were able to fully negotiate the terms and make a decent impression.
And we took a promise to find a way to revert, or at least to help with the goblin kids. I don't remember if we got details on like the next steps for that one though.
Oh, we did get one clue that could help is chronomancy, and apparently Gary's Asimar cousin, Vale, said that she has a master in town. So Gary's our hookup for that.
This is the ASMR or Asimar?
The Asimar. Yes,
Okay.
Asimar. Asimar.
Aaron?
Aaron Asimar.
Wasn't that the guy that we...
ASMR. Yes, Sam.
Now very gently put it down.
I'm going to very gently put a terrace down on the table. Fuck all y'all.
So the ASMR told us that her master was a chronomancer and that he was in Raisha, so we should look for that.
Didn't we encounter that guy briefly at the fields? The burning fields?
Wait, what?
Or did we...
You encountered him during the town meeting. His title is the animator.
Oh.
That's where it was.
Did we?
Like Walt Disney?
Like Walt Disney.
Or
Yes,
Dr. Frankenstein?
Yes, but with animate objects. So the much more terrifying version of Walt Disney. Thank God he didn't choose to open a theme park, because these animatronics would be too real.
It'd be Westworld.
So more like Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah.
the Hall of Presidents. Where do we park our ride, by the way? Because we came back out to the overworld. We came back out to Steel Tranquility.
Yeah, no. So you guys are actually just getting ready to exit the goblin camp with a whole lot of kids. Because they have given the orphanage children, as well as a couple of the random towns children that the goblins managed to steal, back to
extras.
you.
And
yeah, no, you've gone from 14
That's fine.
to 28.
We don't need these ones. Here you go.
wow.
We got 28
also have
kiddos.
Yes.
And how far to go?
Like 3 miles, right?
Yeah, it's 3 miles.
Easy.
This is
They'll do it 3
relatively
times.
Easy traveling grasslands. And you do have both ranger support as well as everyone else. So
Yeah, I was just saying we got the party that we saved, the guys that were there. The
Can we pull over?
Guild party.
I've
Yeah,
got
the
rescue party
Wanderlust
around.
Guild party.
Yeah, the Wanderlust.
Gotta pee.
You should have left, but you should have gone at the goblin camp.
Timo, as we get on towards the back to the human settlement, is there anything just run out there, or is there anything we need to chat with them about the kiddos?
Are these ones also magically aged?
No, these children are not magically aged. They're scared, but they've been fed because the goblins were doing their best to keep them alive, although goblin food is definitely agreed upon by 27 out of 28
It's
children
mostly
as
rodent
icky.
based. Yeah. It's largely rodent based.
The one that didn't is the last one's name Mikey. Is that the one that liked it? He'll eat anything.
I resemble that remark.
I do too. My name's the same as yours, man.
Oh, I know. So there's at least 2 of us in the world.
It's too much, man. So,
John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. His name is my name too.
Oh man,
right,
I
so-
actually knew somebody named that, and I was like, "Fucking! Why do your parents hate you?"
Yeah, their parents hate them. That's. Oh my god.
all right, let's bring it home, kids.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, because you are on a relatively safe path, I would like one person to roll me a d12. Let's go with Lolly, because you were super, super, super bored, apparently.
Oh wait, am I rolling what?
A
I'll do it.
d12.
Okay. 9.
Okay, yeah. Weather holds, looks pretty good. Lestrin, you can definitely feel that there is a storm coming tomorrow. Probably early. And beyond that, you do arrive in the town of Raisha. Based off of passive perceptions, Jyotis and Lolly, you two are the first to tell that there are still quite a few townsfolk now organized as a militia. There's been some carts that have been turned onto their sides to form like potential little barricades over the road. And in the meantime, the farm that was burned, that sugar area, has been left dry, whereas there is currently a person on the roof of the house with a crossbow as well.
Oh no.
But as you guys close in, immediately people start seeing this pack of hoarding children. And all of these kids are bouncing around like, can we go now? Can we go now? Can we go now? Can we go now? Hey, hey,
Yes.
hey, hey.
Just go
And-
running toward those barriers, kids.
Yeah, no, it's just a herd of cats that go.
Go
Thankfully,
find
no
your
adults
mommies and
can.
daddies.
Thankfully, no adults get confused and do something horrible. We're not beginning the game off. And
Just run at them screaming.
I'm not
You're
making this the
excited, go!
2020
That's
of.
when I asked, like, should we approach this in a particularly strategic way? That was
No,
partly
no.
what I was thinking, but also,
No, like the lookouts they have are not drunk, and it's not nighttime.
do any of the children belong?
This isn't
Sorry, are
Gaza.
any of the children returning, like, children of the lookout peeps?
There is at least one child who tears off to the gentleman on the roof and is like, dad, 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 dad. And you are already hearing people just give cries out in tears of joy and just whooping with. There's a good mood that's starting, and you do hear someone at one of the carts be like, send a rudder, send a rudder. So with that, as you close
I'm
in,
chasing after them, just as excited. I don't know what's going on, but I'm excited.
okay, so you're
Boing,
following
boing,
the
boing,
runner.
boing. Yes.
All right, let's bring you guys onto the Raisha map so that I can actually do that. Raisha, there you are.
I'm not running, for the record.
It's such exciting kids.
You wouldn't even
Neither
have
am
to
I.
run.
Boing, 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 boing.
Les has the boots of Mario, so Mario.
Are they red?
All right, let's
Come on,
put
Green
the-
Mario.
Luigi.
I'm a Luigi.
You are distracted. All right.
Latham's gonna make his clothes look like a normal adventure, but somewhat disheveled, as if
Wait.
it's been a hard
Gotta
fought
sell it that you had to fight
battle.
for these.
This is the city map, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, you're back in town.
Oh, we already made it back to town. We like.
Yeah, no, I had Lolly roll a d12 to see how wrong it went, and it didn't go wrong. So
Yay!
I guess I missed that part.
Thank goodness we didn't paint the kids green.
I thought we were just approaching the camp.
It ain't easy being green.
I totally would have done that.
Little thaumaturgy make all the kids like sound like strange.
goblins. They're painting.
well, let's let's roll the first insight check of the night for Raisha.
No.
Let's not do that and say we did.
Well,
Set
it
the
was
tone,
just
huh?
good enough. No one thinks that their child is a goblin. They're just like, don't impersonate those green things. Don't do that. Don't do that.
No, we didn't actually do that.
We didn't.
No, we were just.
I'll come back
joking
for
about
that later. Don't worry.
This would be stupid if, so let's not do that.
Yeah. It was a tangent. It was a tangent.
Oh, I'll
Run.
play to your tangents.
No crossbowing children, please.
When's the next rum run?
Every night if you're an alcoholic.
Lestran's got priorities on his mind.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You see a couple of the townsfolk look at you and be like, "Oh, we're just gonna drink rum. I mean, if you want to run, you can, but tonight I think we just throw a big ass celebration and
Yeah.
rum.
yeah."
Works for me.
I'm okay with celebrations.
What's
And
the time?
it is about midday right now.
Do we have time to go over to that cave and drop off the you know what?
Yeah.
I
We'll
mean,
go in the
considering
morning.
that the Horned Gate is about 3 miles out of town, you would have time. I'm sorry, 4 miles out of town. So, yeah, you would have time. About an hour and a half walk there.
I think we
Perhaps
should do
can
that.
wait to put that until morning, yeah?
If we do it in the morning, there'll be less people around.
That's true.
Exactly. We'd wake up early.
Okay.
Sure. What, is
Is
there
really
storm-
gonna wake up early after the party is gonna happen tonight?
There's a storm
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Oh, you are so optimistic. Oh, sure as hell ain't.
It's tomorrow. There's a storm.
Yeah.
No, 2 days, I thought, right?
Oh, yeah, we should do that then. We should do that tonight.
Oh, that's right. There's storms.
Oh yeah.
God damn it.
And then you can get drunk, Lester.
Okay, let's do it then. Get it over with.
Yeah, no, since you guys have walked a horde of screaming children up to the town, and
sure
the
they're
town's now
distracted.
gathering around them,
Form of screaming children. Take 2 seconds.
it's
here.
pretty easy to slip away, but I do want stealth checks from everyone. I need at least 2 successes, that way we're not... unless you guys are, like, publicly announcing, we're gonna go do some shady shit now.
We're gonna go check out those ruins and drop off a machine there. It's cool.
Personally, I think we should wait until everybody's reunited. Maybe even wait until it's starting to
going
get
pretty
dark.
quick. The
Maybe
majority
they'll
of these
just assume
kids,
we're taking a nap because we just saved a bunch of people.
to explain something, the majority of these children were from the orphanage because a lot of them lost their families when Haner destroyed a good part of the town. So,
And
So-
didn't the orphanage burn down?
the orphanage is singed. It is definitely under reconstruction efforts. There will be temporary accommodations being made. Yeah, 2 of you have succeeded, so that's okay. And
It'll be fine, Gary. They'll just assume that we're taking a nap after saving their children.
We'll be back soon enough.
But like, how are we gonna get our
Do we
reward
have it with
if we
us?
leave?
Yeah, we have it. Like, I assume we took all our stuff.
or
Can we
did
get
you
a
leave it?
reward later?
Well, I mean, we gotta get a medal at some point, right? We save the children.
Yeah, again, they'll just assume we're like tired and taking a nap or something.
All right,
I am
nap
tired,
time.
but
To the dungeons.
yeah, dungeons. Nap sounded pretty good, actually.
I mean, we napped in the dungeon, so
Yeah, but
few
for like
times.
8 minutes.
The most daring of naps.
In a bucket of water.
So, with the successful stealth checks, you guys are able to actually pull away with relative grace. It's pretty easy. The town is so enamored with all the kids being back, and the Wanderlust Guild clearly seems to have things handled. Only the Goliath Ranger and the Cleric seem to notice you two tearing off, but they just both kind of give you nods.
Yay!
Nod.
I wave back. That's why I'm
Yeah,
10.
Yeah, exactly. I love that gif. So, I would like, hey, Lestrin, since last time you didn't get to roll the d12, this time you can roll the d12 for your little 1 hour
Yay.
tour.
a 2.
Okay.
shit.
Or too good to see.
There's only 2 baddies in the cave.
Only 2 elder dragons.
Hey, Latham, roll me a d6.
Roll initiative.
1.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
One
So-
dragon in the cave. Up,
So,
up.
what's the marching order of this party?
Go
Who left
now.
first?
I don't know. I'd probably be at the back still trying to, like, see if they're handing out cake to the kids or something.
I'll assume I'm in front because I was for putting it there, and Lestern's probably somewhere close to me.
Okay.
Since we were
Gary,
stuck-
would you be like middle or back?
Yes.
Yes, one of those things.
One of those things.
I mean, it's an
Oh
or
my
question, so technically he's there.
Mm-hmm.
Satisfied.
We did an exclusive
Second,
order.
I'm right behind Jyotis.
Thank you, Lestrin. Hey, Lestrin, go ahead and make a perception check based off of being the.
There you go. Oh, right there. All right. And you have plenty of water.
A 4.
Want me to turn off that light?
Wow, that is quite the perception check.
Oh,
I rolled
oh
a,
no.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Well, that's okay. Let's see what I roll.
A lower?
I doubt it.
I know nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, shit, I rolled a 20 for my
Holy-
first roll.
Oh
tonight.
gosh!
I'm picking my nose.
Here we go.
My shoelaces.
You're thinking about the rum we could be having.
All right. Well, I gotta. Man, I didn't.
Roll
just
an
have
Can I roll
points.
something too?
I already have. Type in just enter.
Might have been right.
Well, I thought it was going to be a free night, but you know.
Oh no.
All right. Let's see.
That's great.
Let's just use this map. This map will work. Right? Yeah, this
I
map
don't know
will
if
work.
this is going to work. Let's see if I can actually sign into Astro.
So this is the.
Oh, Mikey, don't worry about it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, we'll
make
send
you...
screenshots, man.
Yeah.
Yes, Green's Cap. Here, there.
Save my RAM.
Provided it worked for me. It's not like last time where it's just like, no.
Oh no.
Gets a 30-60. Kills. Only 20 frames per second.
I'm at 30 right now, and it's holding at
I
30, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
30
got
is
30
good.
right now. It's good.
Not
I
too
have
many
really
artifacts.
good internet here. Just have no computer to work with.
Oh, okay.
That
Yes.
sucks.
It's in the shop.
Sit in the shop.
So,
Well, if they choose to replace it, Mikey, you get parts of it for free, yes?
I got all of it.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I just need a basic grid map for this. You know, let's just. Making you guys wait way too long. Give me
Cheese
1
it.
second.
1001.
I don't know what we were rolling
The
for before
anticipation
because
is
I was
killing
doing
me.
stuff, but I rolled a 12.
Cool. Well, I didn't ask you guys to roll anything other than Lestrin to roll something, and then I rolled something.
It was
So-
stealth, Mikey.
Stealth? I
Oh,
rolled
yeah.
a stealth and I got a total of 11 because I rolled
Yeah,
a
yeah.
7.
Again, that part was fine for y'all getting out of town.
Oh no. Am I gonna lose more memories?
I was gonna say this isn't the same circle we were at
How did you
before,
remember
right?
that?
It's not.
Yeah.
But,
God.
and there's a but.
Oh.
Y'all get within about this range, and let me get the party rearranged in the order that they are nearest to it. So Lestrin and Jyotis bringing up the front. Latham, I believe you were middle, right? Or
Yeah,
were you
middle.
Okay. Gary, middle back. Lolly back.
Sounds
Okay.
right.
So, yeah, we're walking along. This is grassland. Imagine grassland.
Imagine.
And
Oh, yeah.
the path is right there. And Jyotis, I'm going to give you one chance. Roll a d20 perception check.
Awesome. How about a net 20?
Yeah, you catch
How about
it
that?
right when you guys are about here, because Lestrin
shit.
was normally your happy-go-lucky leader. And you barely see it in time, but there is clearly a diagram drawn into
Yeah.
the path
Like-
directly in front of you.
He does that Sonic the Hedgehog, like hold his arms out, like whoa, stop,
Uh-huh.
tippy toes, stop, like.
Oh no.
You guys keep it up with the shitty memes. I'll keep it up with the demons.
Oh, thank you.
Pentagram or something,
Uh-huh.
something.
Yeah, and man,
Does it look like the ones we saw before?
it looks similar at least, and you can tell that there's a shimmer within it. With that natural 20, it's not an arcana check, but it certainly can tell, oh, it's active even though it's trying to look inert.
Oh dear. Yeah, guys, remember what happened before?
Yes.
I think we should avoid this area.
I think that too.
Back away slowly. It seems to be shimmering, so
Alright, I'll only pull up a couple of crystals this time.
do I
Are we
see
going
this
to pull
red
a
dot
Brandon and roll to walk backwards?
that I should be worried about?
Well, hey, Mikey, would you roll me that d20 actually, if you don't mind?
To walk backwards?
No, just a d20.
No.
Oh, I just saw what you read.
So much
Just whatever's on the die?
Yeah.
I rolled a 7.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, that's good to know.
Cool.
Cries in Spanish.
This is for you, Mikey.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Probably a good idea.
Muchísimas gracias.
So, with that, I would love initiative rolls from absolutely everyone.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
D&D Beyond is not being very friendly to me.
15.
I rolled 15 on the die, so 19 for me.
Okay.
That's an impressive cat.
Garret. Lolly
Don't
at
ever
15.
roll to walk backwards in Bob's campaign.
Jyotis.
Ever.
I remember that.
Okay, that was not my fault. He rolled a fucking 1. That's not my fault. If he goes like,
Language.
hey, I'm gonna do a thing.
Language.
Which language?
I know a few.
Right. Thank you.
That was sailor speak.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Latin.
2 languages, lady.
Oh,
English
I know
and
a
betting.
couple of Latin-based languages. Let's just go
Alright.
with Puto.
All right.
Yes.
Focus.
Wisdom.
Fuck us.
Fuck us.
Fuck us.
Oh god, we're gonna die.
Maybe.
Good night for it. Feeling tipper.
So,
Oh no.
y'all catching this little spot on the ground and seeing that shimmer. Gary, it is your round first, actually.
Wow.
It is, according to that picture at least, Latham and Jyotis are directly next to it as far as this shimmering, almost mirage-like etch into the path. Latham is directly up ahead of you. You are 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet back from it.
So is it making any... Is there any indication that it's activated or that something is...
From what
through?
Jyotis kind of called out, because he did spot it, that nat 20 was very good. There's a shimmer behind it like it is active, even though it's trying to look like it's inert.
Can I investigate it or I roll Arcana or something? To
You can roll an Arcana check on it.
try that. I don't want to make any rash decisions. It's cock. Well, that's a total of 8 because I rolled a 5.
Okay. Well, you definitely know that this is fiendish in origin, and beyond that, you're a little new to magic, so this is not your area of expertise.
I'm going to draw my swords and
Okay.
if
All right.
something jumps out.
Okay.
Basically.
Perfectly fine. Did you wish to get closer or stay where you're at?
I'm going to step kind of to the right to circle. I'm going to maintain roughly the same distance, so I'm about 10 or 15 feet away from the circle itself.
Okay.
And
Alright.
that way I'm going to draw Astra and then keep my other hand. Oh wait, no, I have Warcaster. I'm drawing both.
Okay. All right. All right. So Astra and Odium both drawn. Perfect. Okay. I moved you. If this is unkeen to you, you can tell me, but I tried to follow your instructions. Latham. Hello, sir.
Hello. Latham kind of under his breath muttering, sorry, I didn't mean to approach the bench without asking. And backs away, doesn't draw anything, eyes out in perception. So we see the diagram beneath the ground start to glow. Is that what we're seeing? Is that what we're...
It is shimmering as though it is active. Like
Okay.
either something's here and hiding itself or about to be here.
Okay, I'd like to... Thumb really tries to focus in on what he can glean from this particular type of magic.
Okay. Go ahead and roll an Arcana check then.
Oh. 17 and 22.
Okay, so whereas Gary has limited experience with this, he's new to magic, you know how fiend summoning works because, courts. It is actually a tradition of some of the traders of Roxari to actually leave some of these when they are constructing a horned gate in order to help ward it against any potential threat. And typically, they will bind something contractually to it. It is a mutually agreed upon, like, you get this for doing this for us while we construct this gate. Once the gate is constructed, they will sever the contract, leave the beast in Abyssia with its full pay, and in the meantime, destroy the circle here.
Am I familiar with what payment would usually be?
Ooh, roll an intelligence check.
Intel. Okay, there's my intelligence. Not very high there. It's gonna be a 9.
Okay. Money? Maybe?
Money.
Like,
Okay.
it's
Something of value, but not quite sure what or how
right.
much.
Yeah. Difficult to really tell. Again, most of your dealings with demons and devils and fiends, at least from what we've heard of your backstory, didn't go quite as well. Like you saw Goodman did, where you got only one person with 1 year of memory drain, and that person was you. And then now you've done it twice, where it was just Lesterin. So, anything else from you, sir?
I look around. Is there anything that so? Is there anything that was constructed or looks like it was constructed and is long since decayed?
Not immediately around the area, no.
Okay.
This is mostly just grassland. This path that they've been constructing, quote unquote, is mostly a trample path so far, as workhorses and work crews have gone back and forth. You can see a few tracks that look like were made by people in sets of armor, which makes sense for the Knights of Imperatos.
Okay. Then that's gonna be it for the moment.
All right. Well, my turn. Lesterin and Jyotis, you two hear a voice whisper out. You do not belong. And with that, I'm going to send... Yeah, let's do a multi-attack. 1 attack on each of you. And then the thing that appears... Give me a second to get the picture. Copy image. Post this up. It looks like that, where it's this like almost a demon frog without eyes, covered in heavy armor, and this long tongue that wiggles out of it. And it just appears in a flash there, but it communicates quite intelligently.
It's gross.
And let's go ahead. Yeah, let's do tongue for Jyotis. Let's roll that.
Oh, he's gonna stimulate your poison glands.
Yep, because I've got a total of 20 to hit Jyotis, so that's going to hit.
Hit.
It's not a crit, it's just a total of 20.
That still hits.
Yeah, I know. And then let's do claw on Lesterin. Lesterin, what's your armor? Oh, that's going to hit. Yeah, sorry. I made your AC with my dice roll. So, yep, going to get each of you. All right. Well, let's give a little. All right, so 2d12. All right. Jyotis, you are going to take 17 points of piercing damage as this barbed tongue goes through you and then wraps around you and pulls you towards it. You are considered restrained as it is pulling you into its mouth. And let me put it on the field also. Let me go ahead and add drag and drop. D1. All right. I'm just going to drop that there. It is not a horned devil, but in the meantime, approximation that appears there, drags you into the circle.
Hate it.
And in the meantime, it reaches out. No, it wouldn't be there. It'd be here. Yeah, tongues you and is going to get Lesterin for some damage as well. Lesterin, you take 15 slashing damage as it just cuts into you as deep as it can with a set of claws that it looks like the foot should be almost flat and padded, akin to like an animal hoof, but the claws come out, and boy, do they come out. They're vicious. Pierce through you like it's nothing. And then it's now Lolly's turn.
Okay, I don't like it. I'm going to run over here and Eldritch Blast it.
Okay. Pew pew.
21.
Hit.
Sweet. That is a D10. Is that a nice little cantrip? 11 points.
Okay. Solid hit. Yeah, no, the force damage hits it across the face. It just gives a little shake. It's still looking plenty healthy, but that's a solid hit.
Oh,
All right.
no.
Let's get going. Jyotis. Hello, sir.
Hi. So it's got me wrapped around my arms and stuff, like I'm.
Yeah, it's got you restrained because the tongue went through you, like through your abdomen, and then wrapped around your arms. Restrained means you can't move. Your movement speed is 0, and then in addition to that, your grapple check is in order to. Normally, you could make like a regular attack with a crossbow or something. You can still cast magic, ironically, but unless you have the sharpshooter feat, you can't attack with the crossbow without provoking an attack of opportunity, which would be a bite.
Okay. So, could I create a cannon? Or am I too constrained to do that?
Roll a dexterity check at disadvantage. Let's see if you can do it.
Well,
If you can't success... Oh, no, you did successfully create one today already, but... No, you didn't
not today.
use it.
Not today.
Not today. Okay, yes, you can try. I will let you try, and if it doesn't work, it does not consume the
Okay.
cannon.
Yeah. Dexterity save, you said?
Yeah, at disadvantage.
At disadvantage.
And that was dexterity check, not dexterity save.
Oh,
But they're
it's
the
just-
same thing.
They're the same. So, okay. It's a 14.
Let me roll. Let me roll its check. We'll see. We'll see. Oh no, it's DC 15. So yeah, no, it's got you. And
So
rolled a 17 on my check. So nope. No.
Can
You like try to wiggle to get the parts together, and it's just not happening. You can't move.
So can I use my, or was that my action use right there?
That is your action. You saw bonus action, but unfortunately, your move action is your movement speed is 0.
Right. But can I use? Let me see. Is that
Bonus action kiss him, it'll throw him off.
well? Telekinetic is at will. Is that still is that bonus or is that just action?
Click on your bonus actions. Telekinetic shove, 30-foot range, hit DC 15. You know what? I'm gonna say that you're okay to do it. Where do you want to shove him?
Away from the party, if I succeed.
Okay, you're going with him, but if you succeed. All right,
Yeah.
so I got a saving throw DC 15. All right, good to know. Strength save.
I believe it's a strength.
Going on
push him
adventure.
sideways.
Yotis, where are you taking us? Move you and I'll move me. Because I rolled a 4
Sideways.
plus 4. So,
Oh man, so you failed that by
more than
the-
5.
more
Yeah,
than 5. So how far are we going? We're going 10 feet.
yeah.
To that way.
Okay, all right, we're going that way. And I believe, did we just have that on your notes? Was that?
Yeah. That I couldn't. I was trying to find a way to add it, but it should be like if you click on where is it under bonus.
Oh, yeah. No, if it's failed by 5 or more, it's proficiency modifier. Got it. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So, okay. All right. Very good. That's Jyotis' round. Blasterin!
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Where's the horned devil now?
over here.
Jyotis moved it 10 feet over to go like, hey, don't attack my friends with your claws. Focus on me. I'll be your meal.
You got your tongue through me around.
Okay. Well, then I'm going to step over here and slash at it with the great
All right.
sword.
All right, roll to hit.
Hold on. The touchpad is not cooperating. 23.
That is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll
I would
damage.
like to enter rage, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Raging.
Rajay.
17 damage.
Okay.
And I would like to hit it with some lightning while we're at it.
Oh, that's right, because you can do that with...
Or Mora.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
It's a Dex DC 14.
Okay. Well, this thing does not have high dex, so let's see what happens. Natural 20, so no. It actually handedly avoids the lightning.
Well, heck you.
Mikey.
Let my friend go.
All right. Top of the round, Gary. Jyotis is all tied up. He's getting a little bit of tongue. And Lester is hiding from the side.
Can I get close enough to actually attack the tongue?
You know, let me space this out really quick.
Right at 3 feet, I think, isn't he?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. It would be close, but I would say yes, because admittedly I moved you instead of you moving you. So I would say that you can get to Jyotis from behind and actually try to attack the tongue there. This is going to be a high AC because it's just tongue. So slashing it. Let me look at its AC.
I want to do a vertical attack.
Okay. I'm going to say that it's going to be hard to hit because it's not quite a called shot. No, it is. Go ahead and roll at disadvantage.
It's a disadvantage and not just -5?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to make it -5. I'm just going to make it at disadvantage because it's moving and wiggling around to pull him into its mouth.
Hang on, let me find my attacks. There we go. 19 and a 10, so that's 17.
Whew, that is just what you needed. Jyotis, you feel the blade of... which sword are you using there, Gary?
Astra is my primary hand.
Yeah, so you feel the silvered. Yeah, you feel the silver-blue Astra go directly behind the small of your back, but it perfectly cuts into the tongue. Tell me how much damage you did.
9 damage.
Ooh, that's
one
a bite.
less than maximum.
That's a bite. I'm gonna roll to see what happens. Okay, yeah, that part of the tongue falls off. Jyotis, you are restrained. You are grappled, but no longer restrained, as a bunch of tongue just fell off with Gary's first attack.
Thanks, buddy, for not cutting my back.
And I'm gonna go in, I suppose, with Odium for to try to free him up a little bit more.
Okay.
Same deal?
Yeah, same deal. Disadvantage.
That's a 14 and a 6, so 13.
Okay. The 13, unfortunately, you miss. This time you're going in, and it shifts Jyotis to try to use him as a body shield, but you get your sword back out of the way in time. So it was if you missed by 5 or more that I was going to have you hit Jyotis for me. But
oh, thanks.
all right.
Thank you.
Latham.
How's it looking?
It
Now
looks
it's without
pretty
tongue.
healthy.
Healthy but tongueless.
It looks like that tongue got cut off partly, but it's got a really long tongue. Like, probably about 30 feet of long tongue. So Gary might have chopped off about 10 to 15 feet of that.
Yeah. Satisfy the contract. Shoot it. Satisfy the contract. Yeah, that's a 1. I was tasking with crossbow.
Okay. Yeah, so you get out the crossbow, and when you go to fire it, it just bounces up with a sudden, like, almost like the crossbow itself just does not want to deal with this thing. And the recoil just gets your hand, and you have a hand cramp. Anything for bonus action or movement action?
Movement action, a few steps back, especially after just seeing like my wild shot go a little too wild. This is not Latham's kind of case. And Lestrin, going to give you some words of encouragement.
Okay.
All right, wait, hold on. Let's see. Is that bardic inspiration? Is that bonus action? No.
Yeah, it is.
It is okay. Sorry, I knew that's how the words was. So yeah, consider yourself inspired. You can do it. You can do it.
Yay.
It's all up to you, Mkai.
Okay.
So that's a D6. Should you need it for those Fist of Doom?
All right, cool. Well, it's its turn again. So let's make a grapple check. Hey, Jyotis, go ahead and roll either acrobatics or athletics for me.
Rolling. And let's see what is better. You said athletics or acrobatics?
Yep.
You make the
That's
decidement.
athletics. And it's a 19?
Okay. Yeah, you managed to not get swallowed, but it is going to bite you.
Ow.
So you wind up taking... oh man, I'm going to roll this so that way you don't get necessarily destroyed.
That could be fun too.
Okay, never mind. You take 25 points of bite damage
Holy
as it chows down on you. Hey, be glad you weren't swallowed, buddy. 'Cause
I'm happy. Oops.
It chows down, and then it is going to try to maul Lestrin with 2 attacks because it has you grappled. That's a free bitey bite.
Oh,
And
no.
then... Alright. Lestrin, double attack. It's okay, Lestrin's raging now, so Lestrin can take hits.
I'm not worried about Lester.
I'm more worried about Jyotis. Attack me.
Thanks.
I'm quite a bit yummier.
It's currently got its tongue through me.
Okay, so it's 1 hit, 1 miss. Does it... Oh, crap. Yeah. Alright. So, Lestrin, it comes in. The first claw misses. The second claw, though, just takes you right down the face, and the teeth, those, like, sharp, barbed talons drag over the skin and peel some of your skin off the face and rip a little bit of beard and into chest. You take another 15 points of damage. That is cut in half down to 7 points of damage.
Damn.
And that's its
And
round.
my beard.
Yeah.
No, don't fuck with the beard.
Yeah. It wants to see some real rage. Lolly,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Okay, how's everybody doing health-wise?
Well, Jyotis
Heal
looks like
Jyotis.
about a 6 out of 48.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yep, I was looking for that one. Not the beard.
Not the beard!
All right, mean fiends.
Yeah, this is touch, so I have to run out too.
Well, thank you.
Run. Yo, don't!
Did you run onto the circle, Lolly?
No. I know.
Just asking.
It's
Why? So 2d8 plus 4. So 8. So 12 points back to you, Jyotis.
Thank you. I'm still hurts, but I don't think I'll die next time it hits me.
Oh, good. Just the time
Maybe.
after.
We'll see. It hit me for 25, and that would make me unconscious the last time.
Yeah, so, Lolly, anything as a bonus action from you?
maybe. You know, I will throw him a bonus action healing light.
Okay.
I'll throw in 2 d6s.
Oh, well, thank you.
11 more points.
Yay.
Stay up!
I'll try. I mean, I think I'm being held off the ground right now, so, you know.
Yeah, he is literally staying up.
Don't die!
Hey, speaking of people who don't want to die, Jyotis, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Oh, good.
Yeah.
So, is it possible for me to ungrapple myself?
You can make an acrobatics or athletics check as your action to break grapple against a contested check from it.
Okay. So, athletics check. And that's an 18?
Not bad. But I might win that. I won that. I've got a 22 on the con.
Darn it.
So, like, you really wiggled, like, using your best Gary moves, but the tongue's barbs just dig deeper into you every time you do, so it limits a lot of your movement. You're like, ow, 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 and you can't really get out of its mouth. That's the other part of your problem, is that you're, like, hanging halfway out of its mouth, like... All
right, so is that my actual...
That is your action. You still have bonus action, but no movement speed due to...
Right, so, well... Can I bonus action my cannon try again? Or is that
No, that's an action. That's an action. Ironically, with how much of the tongue Gary cut, you could make a cannon now. Like, you can move your body about to actually try to break the grapple, which is what you would have just discovered with this, of like, oh, this is a lot better than it was. But in the meantime, yeah, making that cannon is an action. So, do you have a bonus action?
The bonus action I have is... Damn it, where'd it go?
Under your bonus actions?
Yeah, I know. That's what I was going back to. I still got my telekinetic shove.
Okay. All right. Strength saving throw. DC 15. This time, no, sir. It handedly makes it. Yeah, no, it just... You summon the energy of your brain, and it hits it right up top the head, and 4 eyes, which 2 of them had been closed, but now there's 2 additional sets that open up, and they're just staring directly at you, while another set is staring at Lestrin and Gary, looking very hungry. Like, you're the current meal, but it's deciding, does it want human or dwarf next after fish? So, Lestrin, your turn.
I just whack it again.
All right.
Whack 'em.
Go ahead and roll.
15.
15 does not hit.
Darn.
Yeah, no.
And
what's up?
I want to hit him with my Storm Aura Lightning.
That you can, yes. Let me roll his dex save. Well, that was a natural 1, so yeah, we're taking some Storm Aura. Roll some damage for me.
Let's see, 1d6. I don't suppose my rage is included in that.
You know what? No, but that's a cool idea for later.
I know, right? It's 2.
Okay, all right. Well, it looks like the lightning arcs through its body, but you realize that the carapace on it is carapace and not actually metal, even though that looks like armor. It's formed shell that's a little bit resistant to lightning. It still takes some of it, but just not quite as much as it should have. All right.
Got it.
With that ends Lestrin's turn. Top of the next round. Hey, Ship, do you want to send a pitcher?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
All right. Gary, it is your round.
All right. How far away am I?
You're
like right behind me.
Yeah, you're right behind Jyotis, basically. You, Lolly, and Gary are all gathered together. I just have you a little further back so I can see things a little better.
Yeah. I want to make sure that I'm not stepping into the circle. That's a bad
You
idea.
could wheel around without provoking attack. Well, let me make sure it doesn't have reach, but I think because it has him grappled, it does not have reach.
Now, is it possible to attack the tongue again and try to free Jyotis? Or
Not without
should
stepping into the circle, because unfortunately, Jyotis is already in the circle with it.
All right, I have another plan then.
Okay, what's your other plan?
I'm going to kind of move diagonally around the side. Basically, I'm going to move up onto Lolly's left side.
Okay.
Tuck away Odium and pull out one of those ball bearings, and I'm going to cast Catapult and try to beam that thing in the face. Or
all right, so I get a dexterity save.
Like release its jaw in some way, shape, or form. But yeah.
Gotcha. Well, I rolled a 3, so go ahead and roll damage on that. This thing is so all or nothing.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yes. So grand total of 18.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, no, that...
I rolled an 8, a 7, and a 3.
Nice.
You watch as a ball bearing gets lodged into the upper part of its jaw, right in through one of its eyes. Like, that ball bearing and digs in there.
Like, I'd hold a thumbs up, but no.
Terminator 2 style. Dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
All right. Well, Latham.
Yeah, this is definitely not Latham's case, but you'll chip in with some statistical help, or at least attempt to not. That's going to be 9? Question
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Still aiming a little wide there. Like, maybe.
All right. Takes a potion of, sips a potion of ego boost and moves on.
All right. Anything else from you, sir?
No, I don't think so. I'm not seeing anything else that Tom can really bring to this one.
All right. Okay. Jyotis, I would like either an athletics or an acrobatics check, please. Oh.
Athletics. And
I rolled a natural 20 for its attempt to swallow you. So
shit.
The good news is you're not taking bite damage because it swallows you whole.
Wow.
That's about where the good news ends. So you fall into its stomach and take 3 points of fire damage and 9 points of acid damage.
Oh no.
12 points altogether.
Yeah, it is.
So
Brimstone and acid combining in its stomach. So there's sulfur and brimstone, and it's just you are burning alive inside this
amazing. I was gonna ask something, but it's not my turn anyway. So right.
Yeah, no. All right, so we're gonna put you right behind it because you're in it.
I'm inside of it.
Yeah, that's
Mandalorian style.
It's gonna send that tongue next at. Oh man, Gary or Lestrin? Let's go. Let's roll and see what we get. Actually, I need to. Hey, Gary, high or low?
Hang on. Hi.
Okay. All right. That tongue's coming for you because both you and Lestrin have dealt some really good hits on it. So, but that grape shot, man. Let's make an attack on Gary.
I regret nothing.
Yeah, I know. I just want to see how many of you guys it can swallow at once. Like that. That'd be amazing. You guys get to make all the
sounds like a really bad porn movie.
Hey, you guys get to make all the sex jokes, and this time I do.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Well, shit,
really
that's critical.
hard.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. What have we done?
Okay. Well, thankfully Gary was at full health.
was. Operative
Gary,
Iron.
go ahead and make a saving throw, please. A dexterity saving throw.
Can somebody roll for me? I'm taking the dog out.
What do you need? Dex?
+4.
Okay, you rolled a 17 on the dice, so 21.
Okay. All right. You are not pulled in. You are grappled but not restrained as the tongue pierces through you, dealing 34 points of damage on that critical hit. It goes and nearly hits your heart. Like, it goes through the lung. You cough blood as it wraps around you and it starts to pull, but you just perfectly fall back and get a little bit of tension on it to where it can't wheel you in yet. And then, Lesterin, you're getting a claw.
Oh, shit.
Well, I haven't hit you yet, but let me see if I do. Maybe.
I missed one time.
I know, right? I missed twice. So, Lesterin, it's busy. It's, it's trying to give Gary a little bit of love, and it just is a little too busy to hit you because you wisely duck under its tongue right as it tries to bring that claw down, and it has to divert its own attack. So
I give it the raspberry.
All right, Lolly, your round.
Yes. Oh gosh, I can't even reach him to touch and heal, and I can't see him. That's some.
Yeah, no,
stonking.
he's being digested.
Yeah. Okay. Eldritch Blast then.
Okay.
23.
Hit.
And that's a D10. 9. So 13 damage.
All right. Very solid hit.
Give me back my fish man!
It's starting to look a little bloodied.
It's starting to. That's great.
Oh boy. Okay. So, anything else, Lolly?
No.
All right.
Is everybody else doing
Jyotis.
okay? Oh, sorry.
Gary got hit rough.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah. Go ahead and take another healing light. We'll just do one for him, but I'll keep him up. 4 points. Alright. That's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, so Gary got 4 points back. All right. That's Lolly's turn. Jyotis, beginning of your turn, you're going to take some digestion damage.
Is it my turn now?
It is, but at the beginning of your turn is when you take the damage.
Yep.
I have good news and bad news.
Uh-huh.
The good news is you're not unconscious yet. The bad news is I did 16 points of total damage to you. 7 points of fire damage and 9 points of acid damage. So you're at 1 HP right now.
Actually, I had a question.
Uh-huh.
Can I crawl into my bag of holding?
Yes!
Oh man, this could go so wrong so quick, but by the power of Grayskull, you can certainly try. You are blinded.
But can I heal myself? Like should I heal myself before I go in or after I go?
Well, there's not
a bag of holding. Sorry.
I would highly advise. Like, the problem is that anyone can open a bag of holding. They just have to know. I don't know if they're gonna. No, you've talked about your bag of holding a lot. Mm-hmm. Okay, all right. I would tell you from DM to player, to be fair, that you have a much better chance of survival if you heal yourself after getting into the bag of holding. Because it is going to be an action to try that. I need a dexterity check from you because you are blinded and burning. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so you said dex check?
Yeah.
Dex check. Ooh, that's decent. 18?
It's good enough. You do the weirdest swan dive of your career, where you get the bag out and you just throw yourself in. And you're like, please work, please work, please work, please work. And I need you to roll a D100.
D100, oh god. Where's my D100? Here we go. D100. 14.
Oh God. A little bit of brimstone follows you in.
Mm-hmm.
It, the space here is, definitely odd. You are currently witnessing the astral plane. And, whereas you are alive, you have used your action to get into the bag, but you are now capable of healing yourself and not instantly burning up the next round.
That's good.
What's your passive perception?
Passive perception is 14 at the moment. Or wait a minute. Perception?
Yeah, 14.
It is.
Yeah.
14. Yep, 14.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get to that. Don't worry
Great.
about it for now.
I'm not worried. Can I heal?
Well, that was your action to climb into the bag, sir, because you had to get the bag
Oh,
out with your dexterity check
God.
and move into it.
Gotcha.
So,
So
yeah.
all I got's bonus actual.
Yeah.
Okay.
But on the bright side, you're no longer melting.
Yes.
Out of the frying pan.
To the bag of holding, I guess.
Yep. Okay, with that unique and interesting turn, Lestrin.
I'm going to try to attack the tongue, the same place Gary did.
Okay. Go
Okay,
ahead and
try
roll
to-
attack at disadvantage. Don't forget you have inspiration.
To sever the damn tongue. At disadvantage?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 27 critical. Come on. Oh my god. Pop-up windows, you're killing me. $22.
That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
$14.
Okay. All right. So yeah, with 14 damage. Let's make a saving throw for that tongue, because that tongue is not looking great. And it's gone. You get to the base of the mouth and just bring that sword down with all of your might. And it slices straight through it. Gary, you feel the tension relax in the tongue. It's still wiggling about a little bit in you and through and around you, but
In you.
it's Lestrin just saved you from what looked like a horrible fate, according to Jyotis. So,
and then it can take a saving throw for lightning damage.
oh yeah. Let me do that too. Hi, Wendell. All right, let's make it saving throw. It makes it saving throw, unfortunately. This thing
Darn.
rolls all or nothing. Like, it is just like
No shit.
17 and up or 4. Like,
Well-
nowhere in between.
I took out 50% of its attacks.
I know.
You did.
You
That's
took out
great.
its most dangerous implement. So, with that, we are now at the start of the next round. Hey, Bag Boy, do you want to send Gary a new updated picture?
Yes, I do. Sorry. Ta-da.
All right, Gary, that's what's going on.
Well,
There.
I owe it
Oh
one.
my god. I love that meme.
The dog.
Adorables.
Alright. I owe it, so I guess I'll step forward and go ahead and give it what for with Astra.
All right, very good. You can attack with advantage because you and Lestrin are technically flanking.
Hooray! Well, that works because I got a 17 and a 2. I'm grateful of that. So that's a 24 to hit,
That is a hit.
and that's another 9 damage.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna bring down Odium.
Okay.
Slice.
is the exact same roll, except that it's opposite dice.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll damage.
And that is another 9.
Okay. Consistent.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. With that, Latham, you've watched it chow down, and
Yeah.
it has
Lose a
now
tongue.
been detongued.
Yeah, Latham, seeing the tongue get cut off and assessing there'd be far less risk, as well as seeing some of his companions get beaten up a little bit, is going to pull out his rapier, cane, and is there a spot that has, like, in this little crowd of folks, maybe around to the left, that is clean hit on our friendo here without stepping into the circle?
You could go like here. Right there would be clean hit.
Okay. Let's make sure there's, in your mind with this character, there's enough maneuvering room for one more of the party.
Yeah. No, it's a. You can take advantage on attacks as well, because at this point you're starting to get office space all around it and just beat it down. Like, hey, give us our fish back.
All right. So
I'm just starting to fish.
No.
I heard office space. I immediately thought of fax machines, but okay.
Yeah.
I believe you have my stapler.
The advantage
I
didn't help a
specifically
hell
asked
of a
for no
lot, though.
thought.
13 to hit.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just difficult to find a good spot to poke it. You keep hitting the carapace shell where you're trying to slip the rapier in. Didn't go so well.
This is not his day.
Nope, it's not. All right. This thing is now pissed at Lesterin. So, Lesterin, you are going to get a bite and a claw. So let's roll that at you, because it's right in front of you. And it is tired of this. Well, the bite's going to hit. Let's determine damage. Oh, what is that? Gorsh. Okay. Lesterin, you are taking 29 points of bite damage. That is cut in half. Because you are raging.
14 or 15?
14. Round down always.
Okay.
And then it
I'm at-
misses with its claw attack, thankfully.
Okay.
And it's now looking like it might want to get out of here, but it's got a little bit of health left. It's going to stick around for one more round, but you're definitely, especially like Latham, Lolly, and Lesterin, you're starting to see that it's looking like it might have to tactically withdraw. And it's given the like look back and forth, like, not sure about what's going to happen next.
Out the fishman first.
Lolly, your round.
Yes. Ah. Okay. I'm gonna Eldritch blast it in the gut again.
Right.
Does an 18 hit?
18 hits.
Make it puke.
Give us fishman back. 10.
Okay. Solid hit.
All right. That's all I got.
It- Okay. All right. Jyotis.
So, question.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of a retcon since I just dove into my bag.
Oh, you're in the bag. I'm sorry.
I know, but I was thinking, what if I'd tied my rope around me first and then tied it to the outside of the bag?
Dude, there is no way you would have had a chance to do that.
Okay.
You were
I just wanted
blinded
to ask.
and grappled and burning alive. You had one hit point left.
I just wanted to ask.
Like this was a like desperate move, desperate act. With your 14, you knew that something was off. This round, you can, as a free action, make a perception check.
Okay, as a free action, I'm making a perception check, but I would like to heal myself.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Perception was that's an 18 total.
Okay. Yeah, this is just empty space with the shadows of your equipment and gear in the background, and as you reach for them, they start to manifest. And it's kind of interesting to see this effect because you've always seen it from the outside, but never from, well, this is a bad idea. You know that there is less than 10 minutes of oxygen in here, and if you're not out by then...
I know. I'm like actively kind of like,
and like it actively crosses your mind that like, hey, if I die in the bag, does it technically spit me out or swallow me whole? Like there is a very avid debate occurring in your brain right now.
I mean, I'm just enjoying the scientific aspect of it, other than, like I'm almost forgetting to heal myself.
Right.
But
and as you're kind of looking around, you see a shadow watching you. And you get the faintest glimmer of it, where it looks almost as though it's wearing this plague doctor-like mask.
oh my.
And that's it. It's just there for a moment. You can go ahead and heal yourself now.
All right. Like, did it resemble the irrevocable at all?
It did not. It was definitely shorter. Somewhere in the 5 foot of height.
Interesting. Okay. Healing myself. Where's that spell? Cure wounds. Sweet. I'm now at... I got 10 hit points back.
Hey, it's something.
And my oxygen is running out in 10 minutes, guys. You got... How many rounds is that? 60 rounds?
Yeah.
We've got
plenty
You
of
don't
time.
even know that you're in the bag.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
This is
Like
gonna
the
be
thing's
super
gonna
fun.
die, and well, we'll get there.
I wanted to create a cannon, too, to, like, just leave outside, but I know I didn't have time for that either. Like, I wanted to just, like, here, cannon, you sit here and flame
All right.
stuff.
Well, Lesterin, you're round.
I'm just gonna attack it again. I can't really think of anything else to do to it.
Yeah, that's fine. You're a barbarian. You don't have to think of other things. You just have to hurt it. Make it pay.
26.
That is definitely a hit. Go ahead and roll
What was
damage.
it? 19 on the dice. Come on. 17 damage.
Woo!
Good hit.
That's a nice hit. Okay.
And dex save for lightning damage.
Right. Will do.
And that's why we give.
It saved
Crazy
again.
about it.
19 on the dice. Like, again, this is the all or nothing animal.
Oh, good. I'll keep hitting it with lightning so it gets hit by my sword.
All right, Bag Boy, would you send an updated picture for Gary? Gary, you're still right next to the beast.
Although I
Tell
think the
me
last
about the beast. The
hasn't.
condition.
It looks rough. It's gone from I might have to withdraw to I am getting the F out of here. Like, you can tell that wild look in its eyes. It's not communicating it, but there's definitely that ambiance to it, and you know when an enemy's about to retreat. It's tactical.
All right. I'm going in hard and heavy. Giggity. Reversing the offhand so I can get a little bit more oomph and pressure to the downward slash, but let's go in with Astra first. Still with advantage.
Yes.
17.
Hit.
Hit for max damage of 10.
Very nice.
Going in with Odium.
All right.
19 on the die.
Hit.
That one is 7 damage.
Woo! Gary, how do you want to do this?
Oh,
Yay!
I was about to burn my action surge if I had to. I was taking that fucker
Belly.
down. Yeah, I want to slit the belly open, like flat out. Even if it's through the rib cage, I don't fucking care.
Okay. All right.
From crotch to gullet. Just...
Okay. All right. Well, Gary, you slice it from crotch to gullet, trying to slice open that belly. The contents start to pour out, and it gives this and perishes. As it stumbles and falls, its body quickly becomes a black goo.
Ooh.
And we're going to go to break right there.
Awesome.
I'll see everyone back in 15 minutes.
Right.
Excellent. I have to pee.
Hate it.
All right. I'll be right back.
Aside from Jyotis, please. Hello, sir.
Oh wait, really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick. I'm into.
So, do you remember rolling a 14 on a D100?
I do.
So, that was the higher you rolled, the better the chance of keeping that bag in the material plane.
Oh God.
I rolled a
totally
66 on my D100 to determine where you went. So
Oh
it
my
looks
God.
like the bag is in Abyssia.
Oh, great.
So, long story short, you would first suspect this because there's a rush of air around the bag, and the bag's not supposed to have much air, but suddenly it's almost as though the entire astral being of the bag is shifted and pulled in a sudden direction. It doesn't force you into anything, but you feel it like space and time is changing around you, and now there's this dull gray burning smoke for just a second before it fades back to its normal self. And that creature that you previously saw as a shadow walks a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of taps a clawed foot beneath a black robe, as though it's waiting for you to talk first.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm gonna take it that I'm not in the stomach of the creature I was just in before.
No. Not in stomach of creature you were in before.
Well, that's disturbing. Where am I?
It waves one of its weirdly shaped hands, and there's a bunch of feathers. And as the insect wings fall off from it, and as it does so, you get an image, a preview of a rocky plane of existence covered in brimstone falling from the sky, demons and devils marching and clashing against one another, explosions of energy occurring, consumption, and a giant 5-headed snake that looks more like a hydra curling around the plane in the background, staring out upon everything in its destructive wake of war and chaos and death. And it just lowers the feather back down.
Uh-huh. This isn't Kansas anymore, Toto. How can I help you?
How can I help you?
Well, I'm not sure. I don't know what the capabilities are.
Are you lonely?
Well, up until recently, no, I wasn't lonely. But this, demon thing sort of swallowed me, and I had to jump in my bag of holding, and somehow I ended up here.
Disturbing.
Quite.
Kind of clicks it, and you can now actually see that the mouth that looked like a plague doctor mask is instead actually a beak that's moving back and forth a little bit, black on black. And it's just kind of rubbing it back and forth.
Well, I would like to go back where I came from, if that's at all possible.
Like to go back where you came from.
Like
Where
just now.
friends are, or where came from?
Well, the thing that just swallowed me, I assume my friends are trying to cut me out of it right now.
Like to go back. Okay. And it waddles over towards you. And in one talon-ripped arm, and you can now see that the feathers that coat this, what should be actual wing, is instead a hand, and they're oily and bloody, like it's been tarred. Not feathered, obviously, but like it's been tarred in oil and then ripped to shreds from the inside out. And you can see bugs of all sorts of varieties, between fleas and spiders, ticks, and even a centipede crawling up it. And it hands you a black feather.
Is that like that's on the inside, kind of like the boogeyman in
Yeah. Hands you this little feather, and the feather is partly stripped. It does appear black as well.
What's this for?
Fly away. Go home to friends.
And what does that entail? What sort of contract am I making? What's the catch?
Catch?
There's always
What's a catch?
Why are you just letting me free? No consequences.
It turns its beak towards you. Don't like Dagon. Didn't like Dagon in the ward. Saw that. Saw friends. Favor. And it holds you up, that feather again, like it's trying to give it to you, almost like the spirit in Spirited Away that is
Right. So you're asking me to do a favor against Dagon?
Gives a slow nod.
And what is your name, by chance?
Wind Reaver.
Wind Reaver. I'm Jyotis Rabbit. If you didn't know that already.
Know it now.
I don't usually take up against other gods, but if you're willing to do me this favor and I have to in return do something against Dagon, I guess I'll do it to the best of my abilities.
Free favor.
Free favor.
Free.
Well, I appreciate that free favor then.
One time. It hands up the feather again.
Can I take all my stuff with me?
Gives a nod.
Okay.
Make an insight check.
Insight check.
I'm going to give this to you because you're a newer player. You're going to want it.
Yeah, I thought he was lying to me, but I wasn't sure. Gods against gods, you know. Insight check. Well, that's an 18 total.
Okay. The favor is to bring you back, and you're asking for more.
In other words, I don't get
it. It might do it.
Well, I mean, so like I don't get to keep my bag of holding. I'm confused.
So, in your limited interactions with Latham teaching you about demon courts, and well, devil courts, demons just tear each other apart normally. Fiends are very specific with contract bargains. You asked to go home and it agreed as a one-time free favor. And then you asked, do I get to take my stuff?
So can I renegotiate that, or is it off the table?
High DC roller persuasion check.
I'm just gonna RP it as I remembered something that a friend once told me, and I'm gonna, ask the nice thing. If he could extend the favor to return all of my things, that would be much appreciated. And you said persuasion check, right? Which I don't have any. I believe I have straight persuasion. So
you have straight persuasion. So we're rolling a d20 and seeing what happens.
Oh my goodness! I rolled a 19. That's probably not enough, though.
Yeah. Well, sir, you're coming back. And your next level will be Warlock.
Oh my god, really?
You just agreed to a pact with a fiend. So, yeah, congratulations.
Well, is there a way to reverse it?
You can find out. It's... Consider it like a curse.
I figured it was like a curse.
And how this is going to work is that you're going to have that little black feather with you at all times. Anytime you try to throw it out, get rid of it, or do anything to it, it just reappears in your possessions. And every time you're focused on trying to get out of this deal, it reappears. And if we reach level 5 and you have not gotten the curse lifted or figured out a way to out-negotiate the contract, you will take a level of Warlock.
Right.
All right.
Great.
Well, let's summon everyone else back. I'm going to dip for just a second.
Wait, can I ask one?
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna ask one. I don't know how we're going to, I kind of want to
I got
a
this.
little. You got it? Okay.
I got this. Don't worry about it.
Got you.
Honey, we're back.
Oh. So wait, did Bob just kick us all over to sidebar Bob and not actually talk about anything? And then I was waiting for Bob to show up and be like, "Hey, here's the DL."
Oh, it was even better. I think he said, "Honey, we're back," while they were in the muted channel, or while you guys were in the other channel.
Yeah.
Whisper, whisper, whisper.
Yeah.
He wanted to record it all, so we couldn't be there.
Yeah,
got it.
Yeah. So it's that ooh, if you listen, you'll find out what happened.
Ooh. I listen, so if I'd like to subscribe, I'll get the notifications and find out more.
Yeah, ring the bell. All right.
Like and subscribe.
Oh no,
So-
you sound like
Comment below.
Mike Quist.
Gary, as you
Aye.
slice that blade from crotch to gullet on this thing, and it falls over, and black ichor spills out, and the beast eventually fades. This pile of goo sits there. It's almost mountainous with how much just steaming, blackish, brackish, non-Newtonian fluid that sticks to you and pulls away is pouring out everywhere. You do not see Jyotis' body. What would you like to do?
Where's Jyotis?
I do not know. I kind of poke into the mountain of goo with the swords. kind of
Okay.
like pull it apart.
Okay. Roll a
Cut
dexterity
into-
check for that.
I can't see. Oh, that's a nat 20.
Okay. Yeah. You handedly and craftily use Astra and Odium to just kind of scrape away, almost like dealing with not fondant, but like a buttercream frosting of the worst quality, where you just scoop, 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 and then pull it up, and oh hey, there it is. It's a bag of holding. That's not a body. That's a bag of holding.
I'm fairly intelligent.
Yes, yeah. It does look like
This is
Jyotis'
familiar.
bag of holding.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. Shake it off a little bit.
Yeah, it is gross. There is goo just dripping all over it. You can see burn marks and
And I'm going to open the top. Look inside.
well, inside is a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how these work because I've never had one before, but I'm going to put my hand in and think about Jyotis.
Well, Jyotis, while you're sitting in there contemplating
and
what just
staring-
happened and how bad everything could have gone and did go, a
Yep.
hand reaches down.
And it looks like Garrett's, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It
I'm gonna grab on.
100%.
High five.
Yeah, the high five of ultimate destiny. You are pulled from the bag of holding. Welcome back to reality. sir.
Do I have the thing?
Snap back to reality.
Okay, that was disturbing.
Ah!
Never mind. I also have a gaping hole in me, and I'm almost dead.
I also have a gaping hole in me, and I'm quite wounded.
I gaped
gosh.
both of you.
I give one cure wounds. Who looks worse off?
I have 11.
Jyotis.
Means been there since childhood.
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
I have 11 of 48. I don't know who's worse.
You're worse. Take the heal.
I'll take it.
2d plus
I was definitely worse, and I'll tell you why shortly.
So 10 points of healing damage to Jyotis. And then... Oh gosh, I'm going to exhaust all this, aren't I guess my
Random
last two
encounter.
healing lights... My last two healing lights on my buddy here. 7.
Who you
I
give
think I
that?
can be
Gary.
blamed.
Nap time.
Yeah, I want a nap.
I will take that 7 and put it back into my healing pool.
Thank you, Lolly.
Why were you in a bag? Why did you go in his tummy?
He swallowed me, and I put myself in my bag to try and avoid death. I think it worked.
Well, so
But-
far it seems to have worked.
I
You are
think
not
I'm
dead.
also correct.
Poke. Poke.
And he's gonna pull the thing out of his pocket and say, Latham, do you recognize this? And he holds up a black feather.
A black feather?
To describe this feather, it is frayed and almost like it has been partly ingested by insects.
And that was from
Black
the bag of holding, or that was
crow.
from the acre?
Oh, it's on him. It's
Holding
something
it.
he pulled out, like he's holding it.
Huh.
Looks approximately the size of the pinion feather you would use to make a quill, off of possibly either a crow or a raven. Possibly something a little bigger, like a vulture.
Okay.
I believe I'm.
I
under
don't think.
I think I'm under a contract. I had a little conversation with someone who called himself a Wind Reaver.
Interesting. So I grab the feather. And I look at it carefully. Does it strike any memories?
Roll either an arcana or religion check.
Well, either one is going to be a 1, so 1 plus either.
Can I take a look at it with Arcana?
6 with the Arcana.
Yeah, so with a 6, it's one of those like, well, that's suspicious. Like, getting a token from someone is like getting a calling card. It's like those life insurance cards you handed out.
Doesn't look like
And
anything to me.
Also, normally things can't interact with someone in a bag of holding from outside a bag of holding, so that's a bit disturbing.
Yeah.
And that's actually the
take
part
a
that
look?
catches you up so badly that you can't determine about it. Lolly?
Okay.
Oh yeah. No, I'm taking a look at this thing. 14 Arcana, but more
Okay.
specifically, I want to use my detect magic.
Oh, it's magic.
It's magic.
Do I know
It's
what's
magic.
well, yeah.
Yeah, give me one.
Bleeding magic.
You traded your soul for a shitty raven feather.
Jyotis knows well enough that he should not have, nobody should have been able to get into the bag of holding with him unless they dove in from the top, and this guy just kind of appeared.
Whee!
It is necromantic.
Oh, good. I have a suspicion that I know what this is. With Lolly? Or
Well,
specifically who this is?
with a 14,
Should I do a religion check too?
yes.
Okay. Oh, Magic Pantheon of Jyotis up. A
Yep.
natural 20. Yep, Raven
Oh my
Queen.
god. Oh my god.
So the first hint comes when it's a feather, but it looks frayed and almost like it's been infested. And that's where it occurs to you, especially it's fresh in your mind because you were just looking at a statue of it recently.
Mm-hmm.
This is a token of Pazuzu.
Of
course it is.
And isn't that statue that?
Yeah, that you pulled the rope
Yeah.
from.
Yep.
Yep.
Is he angry at me?
No, he's not angry at you.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
he actually
He's
tell me
wheeling
more
and
about the
dealing.
contract?
He said he gave me a favor because he saw us staring. He saw me staring down the hole earlier, and he gave me a freebie, quote unquote, to get back.
Did you
But-
sign any contracts with him or make any promises?
I did make a promise.
And what would that promise be,
What's the
Jyotis?
terms of the promise?
The promise was to do something against Dagon. He didn't really tell me what.
Just anything? Could you
Yeah, you could just draw a mustache on
Yeah, no, it sounds like a pretty open-ended contract. So kick dirt in Dagon's favor and contract complete?
I don't know.
Just
We never
gel
got
back,
to-
right? Just kick some
He
dirt.
said to consider it a freebie. Because
the first one's always free. God damn it.
Oh.
Yeah, Latham, you can roll an insight check.
Ooh, that's 17.
Okay. So, yeah, first one's always free. Pazuzu is infamous, now that you know who it is. Infamous amongst the courts of fiends that it will utilize a freebie, but then with a contract also embedded in it. And it would not give this out as a freebie.
Mm-hmm.
This necromantic token.
Well, I assumed it wasn't free, and I tried to ask as such, but he was very sly. And
All right, so the contract you sign is to go after.
do something against. He said, "Do something against Dagon." He doesn't like Dagon.
What does Dagon stand for?
Dagon is one of the bad gods. He's the,
The
god of the
malevolence.
I
He's
mean,
the
He's the
malevolent.
god of what?
That is relative.
He's the
Oh, did we touch a nerve? Wait, he's the god of malevolence?
he's one of the malevolent. There's-
Oh, that's fine then. We can do something against him by just being nice.
I mean, that's what Lolly you do all the damn times. So contract fulfilled.
Yay!
Payment, please.
We win.
Monies, please.
I don't know.
All right. Did you sign anything?
No, I didn't sign anything. I just promised. It was all verbal.
Latham, you
Okay.
would know this. The fact that he accepted the token
Yeah.
is the contract.
It's like a verbal / handshake contract.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, it's
Oh,
literally-
I figured that. I just want to know all the terms.
yeah. Yeah.
I wish I knew more
I want those
terms.
seats.
I wish I knew more terms, but
Well, Jyotis, you would recall that you asked for something on top of something.
oh yeah, I did say he said he was going to send me back for free, and then I asked to have all my things as well. After I agreed,
Hey, did you get all your things? And are they actually your things?
as far as I can tell,
Check them.
Bob, do I have all
Everything,
my
everything is there.
Including
As
your
you go
pure
through-
leech that you got from the Cthulhu or from the.
Yeah, no, like you tap your head twice, and sure enough, it's still there. It's dying, but
God.
it's still there. You're totally not a slad. Still there.
I hate it.
everything
Uh,
appears to be kosher.
As you reach your last item, though, Latham, you notice in this moment of like intensely watching Jyotis dig through his bags that the pinion feather is gone from you, and the last thing that Jyotis finds after digging through everything is that feather again.
I can't give it away.
Huh.
Uh-huh.
Was there a time limit to this particular contract of yours?
No time was specified. I mean, outside
Alright.
of DM rules. But I can't really use that. So
Alright.
no time was specified, but he just said that he was glad that we did stuff against Dagon
So he recognizes that we've done stuff against Dagon, wants us to do more stuff against Dagon.
apparently.
Apparently. All right. Did you at least negotiate any particular, aside from bringing you back, which, cool, glad to have you and all, but like, did you get any other, like, negotiate any other reward for going against Dagon?
Well, the biggest thing was to get me off of the whatever abyssal plane I was on to here, basically.
Oh man, you gotta know to get better terms.
Ah.
I
You had
I
your
would have
lawyer
loved to
with
have
you.
had somebody there that knew what I was doing. Like, I would
If
have loved
only
to
it
have you
ain't
there.
Latham too. You both could have contract.
I would have loved to have had you there to write my contract for me, but
All right.
Can you, when you're negotiating with a demon, can you say that you need to talk to your lawyer first, or is that like?
I
There's a
mean,
particular phrase you must utter, but it's
I'd like to use my phone
not a
call.
common one.
Can I phone a friend?
parlay. Is it parlay? Parlay, that's the one.
Je n'ai pas
Alright.
le bon français.
I don't see anything we can do with it for this particular moment.
I mean, how would we? I guess we'd have to go
I'm
consult
gonna need to think on this one.
a priest of Pazuzu, potentially? A shaman of Pazuzu?
Is Pazuzu a natural enemy of Dagon?
The Malevolence are for the most part enemies of each other in addition to enemies of everything good. So they kind of tend to undermine each other, and especially the Fiends. The Fiends are, above all else, out to get one another in the back and be the strongest. So it's not irregular for someone to go like, hey, work for me. And especially Pazuzu. Pazuzu is known to be one of the craftiest and just
He's one of the wheeler dealer ones, right? He's the wheeler dealer.
He is a wheeler and a dealer through and through. And Latham would know this more than anyone else, that Pazuzu is easily the best at tricking people into more than they bargained for.
Of course he is.
Potentially a patron saint.
Yeah, someone who's not wildly worshipped by anyone, like no one goes like, oh yeah, Pazuzu, grant me crops. No, that's a bad idea. Because at best, you don't get an answer.
Yeah, no, you're right. Latham probably would know of Pazuzu and be respectful of, but never actually call upon. Like,
Right.
yeah, that's what I aspire to be, but I ain't asking for your help because I know the strings attached to that.
I mean, I tried to ask for strings attached, and that's when he said they're free.
wonder why there's a gallon of margarita mix. Oh, White Claw.
And work point reduced.
Cannon! There's a gallon of margarita mix and White Claw. That was the freebie. There you go.
Yeah.
Congrats. How does your soul taste?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Like raspberry.
raspberry. Jyotis doesn't know very much about the malevolence. He does know a little bit about Dagon, just because of the abyss and the depths.
Yeah.
Gonna have to read more about it, I guess. But yeah, I'm under some sort of contract for sure. We need to figure out what it is and get it done ASAP.
I mean, it doesn't look like you have a time limit on it, so we'll
It sort of does, but I don't know the time limit. Other than
fulfill the contract.
Yeah, Latham, you would know
that
all of these things have a time limit. It's just tangible.
I mean, I know that like how it's written is the important part, and find those little loopholes. What happens if you fail the contract?
he didn't say.
Huh. Convenience. All right. Yeah.
All he said was that he could take me back where I was for free, and then I asked to have all my things back, and then he gave me the feather.
Okay.
Well,
And he said that
nothing
he
we can
Where
do
were
about
we?
it now.
Yeah.
On the road again?
On the road again.
I'm not
Oh.
rolling.
What was that?
I'm not rolling.
I mean, I choose death.
I mean, it was a matter of being stuck on the abyssal plane with them, I think, or seeing all you again. So, yeah.
I don't know. I'm a fan of the
mean
plane,
lords.
but I'm also a tiefling, so don't go off of my tastes.
I mean, your tastes seem pretty legit most of the time.
Let us
And
just finish.
booze,
what we
yes, not
started.
necessarily in
So are we taking a nap?
It doesn't sound like there's any
short rest
particular
would be
time
enough.
limit on this contract, which is nice to know. I
I mean,
looks
I
around.
know-
I think some folks here could probably do with one. Let's not do so right on top of this other demon summoning circle. Granted, demon's not dead. Anyone want some grist or grill or whatever the hell this gooey stuff is? Anyways, let's go.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll figure this out. But I have some limits outside of like game limits that I know. That's the only thing I know.
I'm going to tap myself with mage armor.
Uh-huh.
I trust you.
I mean, I just know that we have to do something against Dagon. So if we do something against Dagon, it isn't even specified what. It's like,
I told you, just be nice.
I don't think that's the. It sounded like he wanted to harm Dagon. He doesn't like Dagon.
All right, let's go put the machine out of the cave and go home.
Yeah, let's go do that. By the way, Garret, thanks for figuring out how to get me out of the bag of holding.
High five.
It's only the second time I've ever used one of those, but I remembered you just think about what you want to pull out.
That's exactly it. You did it.
See, I wouldn't have known that, and I would have said like, "Oh, poor Jyotis. Let's take like 11 minutes to think about this and bury it and have a nice service and bury her back."
You should at least take the cool stuff out of it. But, side note, Garret, I think we could maybe build one of these in our boat. It was pretty interesting being on the inside and seeing how stuff works.
time before dying and doing new things.
I'm just saying it was an interesting adventure.
saying this. This should awaken something in you.
Jyotis,
Like-
next time, don't get eaten.
I'll try my best. Thanks, Les.
I think that's
Can we
the
have
best for all
tonight?
of us.
Because I would appreciate a drink with y'all.
I could use a drink as well. Let's get
Latham?
this thing dropped off and get back to the town.
Yes,
Oh wait, I
You
have
got
some in
that-
my leg.
You got that whiskey?
Ew.
Some in my leg.
I always have whiskey. Which one do you want?
Any?
Which one?
This is more of a like let's lick our wounds kind of moment. So here's
Yeah, it's a short rest moment, you know?
yeah,
Oh, are we
not,
short resting?
not,
Can
not
we
the
please-
celebratory whiskey.
We can
Yeah.
do a short
This
rest.
is
I'm fine
okay.
with short rest.
This is the whiskey that comes
thank
with
you.
hit die.
Oh,
As
so
long as-
like a 10 years whiskey,
Yeah.
a shame whiskey. A
I'm
Jack Daniels.
Latham, would you
Sorry,
care to
I need
try?
a spell slot so bad. No more dying, y'all.
Yeah, I'll do my best
So
not
that's
to
the
get
name of the
eat.
whiskey. Is no more dying, y'all.
Hey, I thought I did pretty good
Really
jumping in the
eating.
bag of holding. Thank you very
That
much.
was
Yeah,
brilliant.
that seemed like the right thing to do.
I just rolled super low on my 100. If I'd have rolled a little bit better than that, I might have been okay.
Let me
Anyway,
sing you the song of my people.
Yes.
I know, sorry. Wendell is very sweet.
He's extra hyper right now because he's not tired and he's trying to prove he's not tired.
Like, look what
So-
I can do.
so Latham, during our short rest,
How do you do this?
I'm going to take off my leg and get my special whiskey out. Would you care to try it?
Ew.
This. What do you mean
Isn't that
ew?
covered in demon dew?
No, I mean his leg actually insulates it very well. So
Prestidigitation.
Oh, thanks.
Fantastic condition.
But seriously, I wish I had some scotch.
Prestidigitation so that it tastes like a scotch.
No, Lolly, don't change this. This is really good whiskey.
Prestidigitation.
Strawberry scotch. Fuck.
it
Just
tastes
a
like scotch tape.
Oh
Tastes
God,
like how scotch smells to kids.
Lolly, stop, please stop.
So, a 1 hour period goes by with some nice
Lolly?
drinks.
I promise you this. When I learn how to do that spell, I'm going to make everything taste like vegetables.
What a monster.
Revenge!
That's
You know, I can
exactly.
do that spell already. If I
Don't
Train.
ruin the things that other people love. Yeah?
Hey.
It's exactly the kind of thing Dagon would do.
He is
Say,
right.
so don't do that. Therefore, you satisfy the contract. Done. Money,
Okay,
please.
Fine. Alright, consulting fee, please.
don't
Like
think
them
there's
later.
money involved, unfortunately. I wished I'd have thought of that. I should have been like, will you pay me a couple thousand gold? But yeah, whatever.
I mean, you can always ask.
Right.
Sound like Crowley.
Sound like the
Willem
voice of a
Dafoe.
demon in his head.
Or
Just
Willem
as Mary
Dafoe.
Poppins.
So if I
Yeah.
like talk to the feather, can I
Talk to the hand.
get some
You would like to
detail from-
engage in further details?
Yeah.
Boy, you do double down, don't you?
Oh boy.
Dude, shut up.
Latham, can I have your
I'm
So
stepping away for a second. Or I'm going quiet for a second.
that's okay. Wendell will squeak for
I
you.
know, sorry. Hi, buddy. Yes, you're very tired, aren't you?
The thing with the feather is that just because you focus on it and communicate to it doesn't mean that it's going to talk back. So you can talk as much as you'd like, but it's under no contractual obligation to tell you things.
just want to know the thing that I'm supposed to do against Dagon?
Doesn't have an answer.
Put it away.
Where do you put it?
I don't know, in my pocket, I guess.
Okay. Duly noted. The rest of the hour goes uneventfully.
Damn it, where's my whiskey? I know I have whiskey. There it is. I wanted to put this in the chat for Latham to know what he's taking a swig of.
Leg whiskey.
Oh, all right. Corn mash. Off to a great start.
It is, ironically, like the perfect whiskey for what just happened.
Dark gray. It's officially banned whiskey. That's always a fun shit.
How serendipitous.
Right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. And that's what your D20 looks like after you've had that whiskey.
I see numbers. Numbers and numbers.
Choose your own adventure over there.
So. After all of that, the hour passes. It's still in the afternoon.
Okay.
You've now been on a walk for 2 hours.
Wait. Can we recover hit points on the short
Yeah,
rest?
of course.
Mm-hmm.
On short rests, what you do is you get to spend hit dice based off of your class. So
Yep.
you can spend as a level 4 up to 4 of those to recover your hit points.
Yep. I'm doing that.
I'm gonna
I
spend
needed
2
spell
of those.
slots.
One D.
It's nice.
Nine.
Oh, and I still have inspiration. Do we get to keep ours if we didn't use it last time?
Yeah, I'm going to be nice about it because I think that it's mean to... Like, I want you guys to actually use it and not be afraid to use it.
Forget that I have it.
Yeah,
You're like
same.
inspiration, and you're like, cool. I'll totally
Actually,
remember to have that.
I can
except-
see that I have it on the app, but I have no idea how to remove it through the app.
Oh,
So
you just tap on the little
Yeah.
sunset icon. And it
I
removes
can't.
it.
I've tried
Because
doing
he's on
that.
his
It's
phone.
just- I'm on my
Oh.
phone, so it won't let me.
I can remove it for you.
So I didn't use it, so
Quick question, Bob.
Mhm. Mhm.
Is it a +4 to each hit die I roll, or is it
It's
plus
just
No,
four?
your
no,
hit
it's-
die.
It's 4d8. Whatever you roll off of that.
Right,
Yeah,
but
and
mine
you can
says
choose how many to have.
1d8 +4,
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. It is per.
so it's
Oh.
per. So I get an automatic 16 if I use all 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm using 2 of them, so that gives me. Shit, I can't now.
That's important because
Sorry, I was staring at Gary's constitution and I'm like, how are you getting 4?
Yeah, I couldn't remember my constitution, so that's plus
3.
3. So I
Yeah.
rolled 18, so 18 plus 6 is 24.
Yeah, there you go. Man, Jyotis, talk about like a clutch save that went so weird. Like,
oh my god, it was so
so,
weird.
so to, like, again, to reiterate, I rolled 16 points of damage and you had 17 health. Like, that was
I know.
as close as it can come.
I know. I was like, yes, bag of. I thought of it at the last second too. I'm like, oh.
I know. And then you're like, and I want to make a cannon. And I want to.
I know. Well, I was like, man, if I make a cannon and just leave it out there while I'm in the bag of holding, can I still use my bonus to like have it like run around and torch the place?
No, you're on a different plane of existence. So, with that, Lestrin, are you taking charge again along with Jyotis, or is this one of those like we're gonna let someone else lead this party now that Jyotis has had a day?
I'll go first since Jyotis went first last time and nearly died.
That's fair.
I'll watch our backs.
Perfect. Well, let's load on to the next map.
Wow. So I used 3 of my dice, just so you know, Bob. I'm at 47 of 48. Good short rest, guys.
I used 2 of my dice, and I'm at max hit points again.
Nice. Damn, you rolled well, huh?
I rolled 18 on 2d10. So,
Oh my gosh. That's good.
yeah, I was very lucky.
I started at 11 HP though, so or whatever. No, I started at 20 something because I
I
healed.
was at 20 something.
Yeah. So, as the party approaches what is clearly the path to the Horned Gate, what you see from a distance is there starts to be sets of cherry blossom trees that are active, and you do notice small little like spurts of fire that come from them occasionally. In the meantime, looking around, it doesn't seem like there's any knights or anyone present at the moment. But I would accept perception checks or anything else to describe the Horned Gate. The Horned Gate is at least 50 to 75 feet tall. It is difficult to actually see because it always appears to change every time you stare at it for more than a second. It is so aptly named as there is huge jutting white horns on either side, in addition to a small contained platform on the inside.
I rolled a 23 perception.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to go with the Lolly, because that sounds like the highest. So, Lolly, you can tell a few things about this instantaneously. One is that what the Knights of Imperatos are doing is utilizing a mixture of rituals to create a travel space that cuts through to Roxari. But the other thing that you can kind of piece together, having been told about it in the past and made a couple of Arcana checks in Mirage Travar, is that the reason they need the astral compass is because with this kind of gate, if you don't connect it according to the astral star charts, you will go to the really wrong place.
Oh no.
So that's the missing piece of this gate. But right now, looking around, you can see that there's no one here, and you get a quick suspicion as to why. The gate is complete. Everything looks built. There is even a little side pedestal for where the actual astral compass is supposed to be implanted. And that little temple over there is actually, yes, that is where it goes, in the middle of that big black rock.
Ooh.
Traditionally speaking, there would be at least 2 to 6 Knights Imperatos around here guarding the area. It looks like they've left, and
Oh no.
you can make an insight check.
Okay. Inside.
Again, your perception was so good. I
9.
okay.
Well, maybe
Difficult
we're
to
at
tell.
lunch.
Yeah, no, it's that like, I mean, everyone needs a rest once in a while.
Yeah, we just took a short rest. That makes sense.
You legit do not hear or see anyone or anything near the gate, though.
Can I take the machine from was it Jyotis or Lestron that had it?
I think
It was in the bag of holding.
I think I have it in my bag of holding, I believe.
Okay, can I take it?
Yeah. Do you know? Does anybody remember how close we had to have this? They told us how close,
said-
but I.
Yeah.
Oh, I wrote it down. I did
think
write
I
it
think
down.
it has to be here.
Alright.
guys. Oh, you wrote it down. Good job, Lester.
Pretty sure.
I had it written down too, but I left that notebook in Costa Rica.
Oh,
That's
maybe I
rough.
have it. Let's see.
I'm useless.
It was in March,
Oh, that's a long
It was a while
time ago.
I
No.
think.
I think I have it written down too. I'm checking. as well.
From Zorn, Rundar, no. Nope, that's too far back. Cascathari.
We must go back.
I know, I'm looking too.
Marty!
Well, it was the episode before Latham joined us, right?
I believe so.
Maybe two.
One or two.
Oh, okay, so leave the weather device near the horned gate within 10 feet would be best, but don't
Oh my
ruffle
goodness.
Dishani feathers.
Right.
Yeah, leave an instrument at or near the horn gate on Somervella within 10 meters of the gate.
10
Minimum
meters.
50 meters.
Oh, yeah, was it 10 meters or 10 feet?
I think it was meters.
It
Okay.
was.
Meters
Sorry.
that's better
Yeah.
than 10 feet.
No, it's normally not.
I mean,
And-
10 feet is within 10 meters.
It is.
Well.
Wally,
Yeah.
I would
Not
accept
wrong.
an Arcana check.
Okay. Sorry, I only measure things in cheeseburgers, guys. 22.
Okay, so it would not go near the calibration device because specifically what she mentioned was that she was afraid that the horn gates would have effects on the storms. So she wanted to measure the differences in power and in localized area fluctuations based on how the storm interacts with the horned gate. So she wanted it near the actual gate itself. And then the other part to remember was that she wanted it hidden.
Yes. Okay. Can I go around to this side? Does it look like there's any sort of, like, little crevice or pile of stones I could hide it on like, the north side of this?
Once again, you're near the temple, not the horned gate.
Oh, sorry. Up here. Oh, well, in that case, can I hide it under this bush? Can I bury it there?
Yeah, when you approach that bush, you do see that it sparks and it contains some heat with it.
Okay. Nature check or something?
Yeah, go ahead and roll a nature check.
17.
Okay, you remember inside Mirar Talvash the tree that would drop leaves of fire?
Oh.
This is something close to akin to that. It is a cinder bush, and it burns quite literally.
Okay, well, I'd be digging around the roots of it, so I assume no gardener's coming through and scraping up these leaves.
Yep.
Would the machine be okay in this kind of heat? Do I know?
With the 23 on the Arcana check, you would know that so long as it's not directly being fired upon, then it should be okay. So you could probably hide it near
Yeah.
the shrub.
So I'll dig like a little hole and hide it kind of underneath the shrub.
Okay.
And then can I use... I think I could use prestidigitation or thaumaturgy to make like a little custom cover of some of the leaves. Because nobody's going to be touching these leaves.
Yeah. I would accept that. Go ahead and roll a stealth check for it with advantage based off of what you describe.
Okay. Stealth. With advantage?
Mm-hmm. Jesus.
Ooh. 14.
Okay, yeah, no, you feel fairly confident that it's well hidden.
Cool.
And as you set the device down, you open it up a little bit to get the monitor out. You pull out this little antenna and then stick it to the side to where it just looks almost like a branch of the cinder bush because it's nice and like a deep brown copper, but less shiny. And then you flick the little switch and it makes this little
Tree
sound.
noises.
Well, after a few minutes of making that sound, it just turns on with a little and then it silently works.
Cool. And then, like I said, I'll do prestidigitation, get a little gust of wind to blow some leaves around it. And
Yeah, exactly.
cover
You've,
it up.
yeah, that's your 14, so.
Cool. I
Yep.
did it!
Yep.
Let's get out of here.
Get the hell out of here.
I
It's been a
am-
day.
I need to speak with the enemy time.
You need to speak with the what?
The anime.
The animator?
The animator.
Yeah.
I kind of want to speak to him too.
Yeah, your cousin's master.
Cousins. First name, last name, remember?
Your coincidental's master.
That's exactly it.
Oh, oh Lord. So, on our walk back to town, who would like to roll the d12?
Not
Not
me.
me.
Fuck it, I'll do it this time. I'll probably
gonna
roll the
say,
blood
'cause-
willow again.
You just
Do
talk
it,
to
Mikey.
5.
Everything's fine.
Straight to
It's
It's a
his
nice,
fine.
gentle trip back with your passive perceptions.
Cool.
You can actually put together a couple of different facts now on the way back. That there were some treads of the Knights Imperatos here, but it looks like they've stopped working on this entirely. And it does look like a few of the treads headed off towards the Goblin War Camp. So you suspect that
no.
that's why it was left unguarded.
Nobody told
The
them.
goblins.
Oh.
The goblins mentioned that they were there, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, the goblins captured the Knights of Imperatos. And that's why they were demanding even more from the humans. Because on top of capturing the children, they captured the knights.
Right.
Oh.
We didn't negotiate for the knights, but we were there to kind of put forward something.
Yes, and the war chief did say that he would negotiate for them later, but right now
That's
he
right.
wanted to
Okay.
celebrate
Yeah.
having the children back, and that it would be dealt with after the storm was his heavy implication.
Okay.
Well, and
So
he'll
I want to
probably
make
owe
sure
us
that
a solid if we fix the kids for them too.
yeah, that might be a while, but if the animator can actually do that for us, then I
That would
think
be
it
amazing.
would be it would be very helpful in getting
Would
better relations all around, generally speaking.
I mean, seems useful.
Let's get back to the city. I need a
Let's
nap, that's
go.
what I need. But I also
You want another
food.
short rest after your short rest?
I know we're gonna be all pooped at the party, and people are gonna be like, "Wow, it took a lot to get him back."
I'll go have a drink.
I'm not really that pooped. I'm coming with you, Lester, and if you don't mind me to tag along.
Yeah.
I
I'm gonna
want
go for a
food.
nice leisurely evening of drinking and then
If
pass
there's
out.
cake, I want to be there.
There's probably cake somewhere.
Yay!
All right, that's my first order of business is to speak with the animator.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll
All right.
catch up with you, Lester, and I need to go speak to the animator.
All right, so everyone, you are now on the town map. If you want to put yourself where your character is going, we'll play through some moments. So,
Where's that snap apple baker?
that is on
It's
Rum
right
Street.
here. It's this one right
Good
here.
memory.
Yeah. I saved your children. Can I have some cake?
I think that one's the one that had the really good rum.
It was
Yep.
right here was the bakery, and I don't remember which one runs the room.
All right, let me move Gary down to the animator.
I'm gonna tag along with you, Gary, if you don't mind.
More the merrier.
So,
No one's moved on mine.
Latham, did you want to go anywhere or do anything specific?
Rum.
Rum. Got it. You're with Lester and then.
My kind of guy.
I don't see Lester or Lolly. What's going on?
Lester and Lolly.
I'm on rum straight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah, they're up there.
I assume
I
you're
don't-
there. I just don't see him. That's weird. Whatever.
All right. Well,
Whatever, Astro.
They're just assumed to be there.
yeah,
Mhm.
assume.
I'm
So,
assuming.
Gary and Jyotis, as you two approach the surge docks, most of the dock area looks completely ruined and destroyed. But there is, however, one somewhat battered dock that does still have a perfect little rowboat attached to it. And aside from that, you can see that the tower is in the distance. There are lights on because A, it's a lighthouse, but B, there are lights on throughout the lighthouse indicating that someone is indeed home.
Oh, good. Our mission was a success. Is that where the animator lives?
Yep.
What's going
Yeah,
on?
that's
Okay.
the Night Sun Tower is where the animator lives.
Oh, I need to screen cap this for Gary.
I can just see Homer Simpson.
There you go.
Hooray! Row, row, row your boat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you two both get in the rowboat, when you go to row it, like Gary, one of the oars kind of like slaps your hand gently, and then it starts rowing itself.
Well, I
got this, Squish.
I say, oh, thank you. Cross my arms to keep out of the way and just enjoy the ride.
No doubt. I'm going to enjoy this ride too.
Yep. Takes just a few minutes, but both of you actually arrive at the tower. And
During the trip, I'll ask Jyotis for a swig of his whiskey.
Oh, most certainly. Here you go.
Whiskey.
I'm going to take another couple. I wonder if I could make something that would replenish this.
You keep thinking about that, and I'm going inside.
Yeah, I'm coming with you.
So
Up to the door and knock. Gently,
as you two arrive at the door, there is a small dock here as well. This dock looks much better maintained. Get off the rowboat. The boat remains there, and each oar goes in independent directions to turn itself around and reposition itself, like it knows that it's supposed to take visitors back after a little while. With that, the tower is remarkably well maintained. It looks very pristine. Most lighthouses, especially in areas where storms actually hit, look like they're constantly battered and constantly in need of repair of both just raw salt as well as rocks and everything else that a storm can toss at it. But this is pristine top to bottom. The rock is carved out of a whitish, almost like it was singly forged instead of just put together stone by stone. The work is remarkable. As you approach the door, it is a heavy ironwood door, riveted and with a knocker that looks like a face with a monocle on it. And the chain looks like you're supposed to kind of pull the monocle and slam it down.
Hey,
Yes.
Hi.
leave it.
Oh, yeah, don't touch that monocle.
The monocle. Well, I'm going to follow the instructions, basically.
All right, well, you reach out to grab the chain, and the monocle man opens his mouth and just, oi, I was sleeping here.
Oh. Well, apologies for waking.
What do you want? You want to tug the monocle? Everyone wants to tug the monocle.
Everyone.
Well, it does look very much like a door knocker. I do apologize. I would like to speak to the master of the house, if that is possible.
Who are you?
Garret Vale, captain of the Lucky 87.
Oh! That runaway said that you might be coming. Yes, I'll inform the master. And you'll tell him I was a good door knocker, won't you?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Might take a year off my sentence.
Oh.
With that, the monocle like flips around once, slams into itself, and then the door just creaks open. And after it opens up, you get this instant smell of a mixture of chemicals as well as just potent magics that reek into your nose. There's definitely a smell of ozone, a little bit of bat guano, also certainly some sulfur. And in addition to all of that, some sweet smells to help cover it up, such as cinnamon, cardamom, and again, just incense burning everywhere. Inside is a menagerie of clocks. All sorts of different time-telling clock devices that most of them look like cuckoo clocks, but some of them are grandfather clocks. All of them appear to be intricate and ornate, carved out of different woods, different metals in them, different artistic styles that with your background you would instantaneously know these come from all across the world. And all of them have different time zone relations as well, because all of them say different times. And this quietish voice calls down to you, just, come on upstairs. And you hear a snap of a brittle hand, and a stairwell forms out of the wall, one by one, wrapping around the outer, the interior, but in the meantime, the outer wall of it wraps around as a spiral staircase forms going up.
Well, heading on up.
Anyone else getting Magician's Apprentice vibes?
Yep.
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, the two of you come to the upstairs, and this is clearly a library and alchemy center. This is where all the smells are coming from because there's tons of different potions being brewed. There's books flying from shelf to shelf constantly, reorganizing themselves. You almost see that it looks a couple of times like the books argue with each other, like they'll bump into each other again, and do that like male push against each other thing for a couple of seconds before they sort it out and fly in directions again. The animator, for his part, is sitting on top of a floating rug that is blue and gold with trim and that ruffle, tassels that are also golden in color as well. And his robes are relatively mundane compared to the rest of this place. They're just a simple gray. He's currently overlooking 3 books, and you can see that Vale is currently sitting in the corner of the room. And this room should not have a corner, but it looks like he made her one. Yes. Vale said you might be coming. How can I help you?
If you have a few moments, I must say I'm interested in the arcane arts based on the most recent travel that we have done. I need to know if you know anything of chronomancy.
Well, if I said no, would the clocks give away my lie?
I suppose that question is more of giving away the lie than the clocks themselves. But it would be rude to assume.
I know limited amounts of chronomancy. It is a difficult art that mostly exceeds what I am capable of. I am very capable of applying animation to objects over time and making that permanent, but time magic itself is a relatively difficult thing to muster and not royally screw up. Was there something specific you wish to know about it?
All of the children that were taken from the Goblin village have been artificially aged to ancient. They have less than a year to live under normal conditions within their home.
They
Interesting.
still have the mind of a child.
Exactly. They behave as children, but their bodies are that of those who are on death's door, quite frankly.
Interesting. Was it necromancy, like a curse applied to them?
My best guess is they were drained by a beast, by a creature who was feeding off of their fear and their life force.
Vale gives a nod in the corner and he just, oh, no. Apprentices who run away with a little guild don't get to talk or nod their heads. No. Mr. Vale, I'm very happy that you rescued my apprentice, and I will help however I can. Again, I thank you for supporting me when the rest of the town wanted to go to war, too. Now, that said, let's take a look at some magic, shall we?
I'm always interested.
All right, well... And he starts opening a couple of books that look very interesting because it's almost like they're written backwards. You see the book fly out, and the cover is clearly on the wrong side. It then opens, and the script appears to go from top to bottom, right to left. And he starts looking through it. Please give me a little while to look through this. I'll figure something out for you.
Is there anything I can do in the meantime?
Oh, well, have a look around, see if there's something you like.
My skills are limited to a few parlor tricks. Mostly I can affect my own body.
So, are you seeking to learn magic then?
Very much. I find it to be a useful trick. I'm not sure my capacity at this point, but I want to see what I can do.
Well,
Have you spells for sale or scrolls or something that I can use?
I would happily give you at least one scroll for free. My apprentice is worth that. Don't you think so, apprentice? And she nods. Then why did you go off with Wanderlust, of all things? It's like you wanted to die.
Adventure.
Unfortunately, the spells in this book, they don't go up nearly enough. I believe that we would be seeking spells that repair, and all of these are about control and destruction of time. Some divination as well, but the arcane solution may not be the best solutions here. Let's see. Well, particularly high-level magic. And he flips further and further into the book. Interesting. We could attempt to temporally tether their essences to someone younger. That might be a solution, but that spell is a little outside my own purview. Oh. And you can hear him like doing desperate research trying to find something in here to like give you something, because clearly you've earned it, but
If arcane solutions are not like, is there a divine source?
well,
I know one of the companions that Vale was traveling with, priest of some.
she gives a nod and just, yeah, he was very bright. Not talking.
I don't need to get her in trouble, but
Oh no, she does that all on her own. I know that the cleric was bright because he came here and got my best apprentice I've ever had. Do you know how hard it is to find someone who is a worthy apprentice?
yes.
Can't say that I do.
Just kind of stares at you, Garret, and just like,
So hard to find
what?
help.
What has someone apprenticed with you for?
Oh no, not apprentice to me. I was apprentice to someone.
Oh, what did you apprentice in?
Mostly martial skills, swordplay, combat tactics, and a
Oh,
little
yes. How to hit people with sticks. Understood.
bladed sticks, but sticks nonetheless.
All right.
And then I found a temple to the Fasaha, and I was intrigued.
At that, he kind of stops and looks up at you and just, you found a temple to the Fasaha.
We
Yes.
explored it too.
North of Alara Samal.
Wow. didn't think any of them remained. Most of them were torn down.
We found a large sword in there, but it's outside of my preferred methods. So my dwarven companion is using it.
Those
Quite a
swords are...
key.
Yes, because those swords are meant to be part of their ritual initiation challenge, at least according to the stories. Very little of them remains, mostly in elven records now, but he signals a couple of books on his shelf and they come flying out. In the Far Sahar, they are... unfortunately, all perished fighting Oryxixum, overthrowing the Dragonborn incursion. But...
That long ago.
Well, you must remember, Oryxixum has risen and fallen multitudes of times. The Dragonborn are one of the primordial races that have been here the longest, but they have also gained and lost ground repeatedly, until, of course, all of them died out.
What's the title of the book he summoned?
The title of the book that he summoned in
Summon
Elv...
books.
Do you speak Elvish, Gary?
Yes, I do.
Jyotis does.
Okay. The title of the book that he summoned is The Blade of Songs and the Men Who Fight with Honor. And when he notices you staring at the title, he's just written by a very chauvinist author, thought that the Far Sahar were only males and was petitioning to make the Blade Singer School only male as well. But, excellent historian.
I didn't write down the entire thing. The Blade of Songs and what?
And the Men of Honor.
I'll make that note of that.
No worries. Flips through it.
It is unlike elven folk to be so divided on gender.
Sea elves are unique in several aspects. They have a tendency to divide tasks on gender certain times, and it's gone away in recent years, but back in this age it was prevalent, unfortunately. Gilderstrand was not always the beacon of equality it currently is.
Most intriguing.
He flips through. The Far Sahar were originally assigned those blades in addition to crafting one of their own to go through challenges, and part of it, to become a full knight, was to take it to a multitude of temples, at least 2, and that the blade would unlock the second temple if it was properly activated.
I believe we've only activated the electric aspect of it so far. I know what else needs to be done, but we've been distracted as of late.
Well, I'll tell you this much. The thing that he, as a historian, didn't figure out was why the human empire via Masange either buried or destroyed every temple of the Far Sahar they could find after the war. It's weird, according to him, because they were politically secretive about it, but the Far Sahar left for Oryxixum, fought the Dragonborn, died but won. It's an oddity. Something I certainly enjoyed studying when I was younger. And he slips the book back. But it is good to hear that we have found some Far Sahar ruins that remain unmolested.
If you have a map of Alaris Amal, if you have a map, I will mark it. It's a bit north of Alaris Amal.
Apprentice, come out of the corner. And she does. Get my map, get it marked.
It wasn't completely unmolested. There was some damage that had been to it.
And that woman in the mirror.
Yeah, the mirror and
Woman in the mirror.
Very snake-like, almost.
Thalisa, I believe, was the name she mentioned.
Not a name I know, but I could try to scry on her if it's that important to you.
I would not recommend it unless you have all of the proper precautions. She spoke to us through the mirror and was very upset when I told her I intended to, how did I say, reinitialize or reinstate the Fasaha. She got very upset indeed.
Interesting. Well, I am relatively safe here. I suppose I can forward you a report once I prep a ritual that should hide my abilities from detection, even if she is immune.
I would appreciate any information you can send about other temples or this woman in particular.
Will do.
Shall we tell him where we're staying currently? And
Oh, I think he knows by this point. Oh, pretty much everybody knows where
There's
we
only
are.
one inn worth staying in this town.
No, I mean when we leave here, because I doubt we'll, in case you need to reach us after we're not here.
Oh, he looks at you for a second and just... Any wizard worth his salt has a sending spell. I know that his first name is Garret, his last name is Vale. I've seen his face, I know him. It will be easy to get a hold of him when necessary. Otherwise, if I can't, I'll still send a message. The animator never fails to communicate.
So, look over at Jyotis. I might be able to get ourselves a spell. We still need a ship's pet, don't we?
Well, yeah, for the immediate. I mean, I was hoping to get one, but
Perhaps a ship's cat. The fine familiar spell.
oh
Is
yeah,
That's within my abilities, I believe. Is it a permanent spell?
It is a ritual spell, but it would be able to help. How interested are you in the arcane arts, young one?
I hope to expand my knowledge. I have plans to seek a bit more in my travels. I definitely don't want... I'm not content with the basic. Let's put it that way.
Understandable. Well, my boy, if I can tell you anything, you look more like a frontline fighter than a wizard. I would probably be the wrong person to give you long-term instruction, as I drive away my apprentices, apparently. She kind of shrinks in the corner again. Get this man one of my spell books, please. And she... One of your spell books? One of the blank spell books, Vale. Yes, sir. She goes over and pulls one off the shelf. Red cover. 2 blue swords crossing in front of it. He takes it, reaches in to his desk, and the lock clicks open. Pulls it out. Pulls open a scroll. Now, this is a trick that even elves don't know, but it would take me years to teach it to you, so you get to watch and be amazed. And he just slams and crumples the paper onto the book, and then suddenly the Find Familiar spell is transcribed into the book.
quite a
That's
trick.
quite
It's way
useful.
more useful than the actual Find Familiar spell.
Mm-hmm.
Can you teach me how to do that?
Do you have a decade?
Maybe later. I have at least 225 years left, I think. That's what I was told.
Well, good. If you decide to be a full-fledged wizard, then I will try to teach it to you, but it is not an easy trick to learn. He closes the book and hands it over. Your techniques, if I believe you are similar to a Far Sahar, would be based on memorization of the spell and application by the sword. According to that historian, the Far Sahar used to burn spell scrolls on an anvil as they reforge their blade in order to instinctively bind it. It's not necessary to do that, and that was most likely dramatic effect. Honestly, self-study and reflection and making arcana checks with people who know how to help will undoubtedly help with the ritual. And he kind of flags to one of his bags. This has the summoning components for at least 2 familiars. And he floats over towards you.
Oh.
Familiars are not overly expensive, but they do add up if you get them killed.
That's not exactly on my list of things to do.
Right. We're hoping for a pet that just could de-rat the ship, I think, right, Garret?
That's in companionship, you know?
I mean,
Yeah, that too.
Why are you here, Blue Man? I know why Vale is here. I know why Vale is here. Why are you here?
Well, I'm an artificer and I'm interested in most things magic, so... But there are 2 reasons I'm here. One is, and he pulls the feather out of his pocket. First order of business is this. I recently took a dive into a bag of holding and was transported to an abyssal plane where I believe I made some sort of contract with Pazuzu.
How many alcoholic drinks have you had in the last 24 hours?
you're the only one here? Sorry, it's the two
Couple
of them?
sips of whiskey, maybe?
Sometimes people get really drunk on snap apples and can wind up having visions of hell, so, you know,
Oh, well.
sometimes have to ask.
On our adventures, we encountered a demon, and it sort of swallowed me. And in a last-ditch effort to not be consumed, I jumped into my bag of holding. It almost worked.
What do you
I
want me
can
to
at least
do?
attest to his tale because I'm the one that slew the demon.
Okay, well, what did you want me to do about this feather?
Well, I'm just wondering if you know anything about these contracts and how I can get more information. It was very vague.
It was vague because that's how demons and fiends work. They don't want to give you specifics, then you have specifics. The more vague it is, the more they can get out of you. And they will take everything they can.
Right.
You hear that, Vale? That's why we don't summon demons and devils. Yes, sir. I didn't say to talk. Now, that little thing, you would probably be best seeking some divine help. I know this city has issues with, well, the Akamikais, but an ocean speaker may be able to tell you more. Otherwise, there's always someone practicing some sort of taboo magic in Trinispad. You can always try them.
An ocean speaker in town, you say?
An ocean speaker in a Larsa Mall. There's no ocean speaker in Raisha because after Hanir attacked, the ocean speaker was driven out.
Gotcha.
I suppose you could ask Aoife.
I could, I guess.
I don't know how much you would know, but more than us, I am.
Yes, if it's a cleric. Vale's like, I told you I know what you told me, and not to talk is what I told you. You can always ask a cleric. But in the meantime, I will tell you that in Mage's College, I lost a fair few friends that thought that they could learn more about the demons and devils of Abyssia than they were good for. And it cost them. And it cost everyone who cared about them. So
Well,
be very careful with that.
I intend to be. That's why I want to find out as much as possible, I guess. That seems
You
counterintuitive.
do realize the contradiction in that statement, right?
I just said it seems counterintuitive, right? But
He does this a lot.
I do. I want to remove whatever I have to get rid of this damn curse. Anyway, I appreciate your help. The other real quick thing, I hope it's real quick, and he pulls out his sketchbook out of the bag of holding. I would like to upgrade this book. And sort of make it a spell book, I guess. Not really a spell book, but I would like to make it waterproof, and so that I'm the only one that can open it and see into it and write into it. That sort of thing.
Waterproofing is easy. The rest of that... shall we say 10 gold, and I'll make it to where it is bound to you.
Can we have infinite pages in it too?
No,
Is that a thing?
it's expensive, is what it is. You want infinite pages of spellcraft material?
Not spellcraft material. It's mainly a journal and a sketchbook.
How about this? I will make it store the pages for you without having to utilize them, so you can recall the page you need and the information will appear in the ink. Does that sound agreeable?
I mean, as long as I can alter it and add things to it indefinitely.
Yes.
Yeah,
But
that's
giving you infinite paper sounds like a bad idea if you've already got a pinion feather or Pazuzu.
duly noted.
Yes, I can't really argue that logic.
Yeah, I can't. Either.
Give me the book.
Here you go, sir.
I will work on it tonight.
Appreciate it.
You may pick it up in the morning.
Thank you.
To answer the question about the goblin children, though, the problem is that normal divine magic would only work if they were young, literally. If this thing has drained their life force to the point of making their bodies think that it is old. A revivify won't work. Possibly greater restoration may, but another option on the table is ironically reincarnation. Not something wildly popular, but there is a sea witch out of Trinisbad that I happen to believe is one of the better warlocks that I've ever encountered. She might be willing to help.
Do you know her name?
She never gives a name. The name that she instead likes is the title The Prettiest Hag.
Okay. The prettiest hag. Would it be possible to reverse time on them?
I don't have any knowledge of spells like that. I have the time spells that I have found and gathered in all my years are more built upon moments in time rather than folding back to the potential. That is dangerous levels of magic that, you're easily breaching the 9th level of magic with that kind of concept. Even if you could do it, I don't know if you would have the material components necessary to do it enough.
Even some. Give them more than a year.
Yes. Agreed. Again, you may want to check with the ocean speakers, and the sea hag is, well, the prettiest hag.
The prettiest hag.
Always an option.
The prettiest hag.
We'll check. Appreciate your help.
I very much appreciate your help. This book, I thank you very much. This seems a bit above and beyond what...
You must understand. And he kind of gets this sad glimmer in his eye. I was one of the last mages of Eternus. They didn't allow me to join in the ritual so that I could preserve and teach. I can't teach fast enough to replace us.
Hmm.
All I can do is help those who are already on the way, and hope that the next generation does better.
I just got back. Sorry, I dropped for a second.
Oh, he explained that he is from Eternus, the Mages Guild of the Northern Continent, and that he was not allowed to participate in the ritual that got rid of the moon spider. And because of that, he can't train anyone fast enough. He just can't replace what was lost.
Is there anything I can give you as thanks for this help?
Well, if my fool apprentice wanders off again, I might send you a letter to go reacquire her. And he gives this long stare, but keep researching the Far Sahar and send me anything you get on them. And let's start a corroboration. The more you learn, I will help you in any way I can, because it's not about what I need. It's about giving magic a chance to survive.
Is it dying?
My guild is dead in the water. The mages of New Welkin are a joke, and they are more bureaucrats than they are mage.
Right, but is the magical energy leaving this world? We were told Elos is doomed.
No, the magical energy is never going to leave this world. But not enough people know how to teach it properly anymore, so it's becoming more and more rare to have an actual studied practitioner of the arts, instead of someone, and he very pointedly looks at Jyotis, who winds up making a bargain.
Yeah, well, I didn't have many options.
I was just looking at the relevant thing in the room.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
I will be in touch, and I will keep you up to date on everything that I am able to find.
Good. Well, I'm happy to hear that. If you don't mind, gentlemen, I'm going to get started on a sketchbook project. Apprentice, only 2 more years in the corner, and then you're back to mopping. She looks back to you guys, and he's joking.
Right.
I am not, unless you want to be a door knocker.
It's Reanimator, right?
The animator.
Okay.
Yeah, the Reanimator.
Oh, that's
sounds
what
a little...
The Reanimator sounds a
It's
little
a
more
movie.
Necromancy.
Also, the door knocker asked me to tell you he was doing a fine job.
Yeah, he tells everyone to do that. And he never does. He could just ask, "Are you here?" without letting someone pull on his chain. The whole point was to get him to talk to people willingly.
Oh, well, that's a whole nother level of thought behind that.
He's a very strange one, but I told him I would give you that message.
It's not my fault he drank a potion of true polymorph.
Oh dear. Oh, speaking of potion, I have an unidentified potion. I suppose I could use identify on it, but perhaps you know what it is.
Gives you this long look of just, oh, I was unaware I was an apothecary's apprentice again. Oh, do show me.
I'm sorry, just while we're here. It's the loot from the Goblin Cave, the unidentified potion that I got from the Goblin Cave.
Yeah, when you hold it out, he looks at it. It's a potion of invulnerability.
Well, that could have been useful.
You said you could have identified it yourself.
I forgot until just now. I'm sorry.
Why are you apologizing to me?
I don't know.
Relax, young man. Figure your shit out, though. Seriously, you're gonna get cursed again at this rate.
Thanks for calling me young. How young?
How old do I look?
Yeah.
How young am I?
You look like a fish.
I'm not exactly young.
We're keeping this man from his duties and his work.
Yes, we are. Let's get out of here before I talk his ear off.
Let's be on our way. Fuck.
Some other lifetime I'd study with you. Have a good night.
You as well. The book will be ready for you in the morning. I'll have it delivered.
Much appreciated. Do you want the 10 gold then?
Yes, I would like you to put the 10 gold on the table.
Okay, here you go.
Plop it down, and he just gives a signal, and you literally see a coin bank that is just stacked with those gold coins inside of it, that also has all these mechanisms for weighing and scaling them. Waddle over, get under it, boost the coins up, and absorb them into itself.
Most intriguing, sir.
At this point, I'm walking down the stairs.
Catching up. Catching.
Yeah, Jyotis is easily distractible. Latham and Lestrin, people have not stopped buying you drinks. Like, it's just been...
I mean, it's going well.
Yeah. The heroes of Rysha are being celebrated in earnest, and people are like, where's all your friends? Oh, that's all right. Have a round. Have a round. A bar of 30 people have all bought you at least one round.
Oh my goodness, guys.
I've already communicated with the bartender to start mixing water in my drinks.
Lestrin's on the, pace.
I mean, if I could do the exact opposite, Latham would do that, but not.
Bartender, more fire.
He's,
She poured on the
the
gun and
bartender
lighted
is
on
very,
Like,
very appreciative.
Yeah, no, the bartender is loving how many drinks have been bought, because, she probably would have let you guys just drink for free, but instead people are buying drinks for you. So that part is going well for her.
Mm-hmm. I'd like some dinner.
She gives a nod. We got goat, and we've got a little bit of auroch from New Welkin, and we've got swordfish from Trinispad. What you want?
Did you make something already?
Made the orc. It's really good. I cut up steaks for it, and then I made a brisket also.
I'll take whatever's cooked.
One of everything coming up.
Good work.
You?
Me? Food? Why? That would take up room for the drink. No, more drink, please.
Understood. I will not require you guys to make constitution saves as you're not rum running, but you are probably getting pretty toasted, Latham, by the time that time is catching up. Lolly, you showing up at the Snap Apple Bakery are basically given a free pass for food. It's the the lady at the counter is just, how much do you want, my dear? I'll give you everything.
Everything. Oh, wait, I'll probably get a tummy ache. Can I have a slice of cake?
Yes, my dear. Would you
Thank
like
you.
the whole cake for your friends?
Yes.
All right. She pulls out. I have this apple and vanilla cake.
Yes,
Roxari vanilla. Very hard to get normally.
please.
was
Ooh,
going
the
to
tropical
be-
vanillas are amazing.
It was going to be for our birthday of the Magister, but I wanted to bake a test cake and try to sell it as much as possible. But you save children, you get cake.
Yes.
And She plops this thing down, and it's just decadent. The bread looks soft and moist. There's just perfectly cooked apples all throughout it that have been their skin perfectly torn off, and they're golden brown apples, black vanilla beans, little dollops of cream frosting up on top. She packages it up for you. All right, my dear. There you go.
So much tasty.
I love you.
Well, I love what you did for the town, and also I love how cute you look.
Ah, you're up.
Oh, you're so fluffy.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
I'm gonna go share this with my friends.
Okay. So, Latham and Jyotis, after a good amount of time drinking, Lolly comes into the bar with a big... Yeah.
You mean Lester, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry.
No.
You're
I
getting
was like,
drunk on a boat.
Great.
I want to slide.
On leg liquor.
Blade liquor.
Does bootlegger mean something completely different for him? Or does it kind of just mean the same thing?
Oh, God. Jyotis and Gary, you probably took the better part of an hour and a half, so you would show up after Lolly's been at the bar with Latham and Lestrin, but everyone is currently drinking and having a good old time. And the second you guys get into the bar, there's at least 4 drinks handed to you, each.
My goodness.
And Lolly, you're getting all the juice you want. Like, the bartender
Yay!
is not even complaining. She keeps bringing you all of these different types of juice to try, asking you which ones you like.
I would like yes.
Bartender, make her a cherry sunrise.
Virgin.
Virgin.
Bartender gives a nod, gets back behind the counter, mixes a few things, and sure enough, orange juice with a little bit of cherry and a
Grenadine.
little
Yay!
grenadine on top.
Okay, that's the. Latham raises a glass when the rest of the crew shows up. At them. Hey, welcome back. Learn anything good? Come, tell me. What'd you learn?
Garret should tell you.
First, have a drink. Here.
Cheers, Latham.
Cheers.
Latham has clearly chosen to drink his dinner
Yep.
Enough calories.
and
in it.
dessert.
2 strips of breakfast, 2 strips of bacon for lunch.
Oh, don't say that. You're making me crave bacon.
Well, Garret must be taking his drink. So we went to the Chronomancer's lighthouse, and it was very intriguing. I could probably spend a few days there with the men. He was a very nice guy. But we found out that in order to save the children properly, it's going to be either divination magic or some really, really high level chronomancy, which he is not capable of. Like, super high level. Past 9 or 10.
So we need to escalate this. Because fuck off, I know anything about divination magic.
Well, he gave us some names to check out and seek out. So we need to find some ocean speakers, or there's this witch called the Prettiest Hag,
I'm sorry, I muted myself without realizing it. So I'm sitting here trying to talk, and everybody's talking over me. I'm like, well, fuck you too.
Garrett, drink.
You done
you
fucked
too.
yourself.
Well, we weren't doing it on purpose.
Slaps him on the
Drink
back.
this. Fuck you too.
All I can think of is that moment in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles where he's like, I want to fucking this
I love
and
it.
fucking that. And she just looks at him and he's like, well, then you're fucked.
I guess
Well,
you're
you're
fucked.
While Wally's over there going, oh god, I gotta edit this stream.
Nope. No edits. We go live.
Right, if enough people watch this and complain, maybe that's a win for us.
Right?
Yeah, really. Otherwise, we're gonna be like Bill O'Reilly.
Demonetization.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Someday. Past
Critical Role
COVID.
2. What?
I'm just like full claw eating cake and binging on juice and getting hyper by the moment.
You're getting drunk on sugar?
Yeah.
I'm having a couple drinks of whiskey.
I want stew.
Oh.
A nice, thick, heavy stew with
Stew sounds-
bread and some cheese to melt on top of.
Mind your HP, folks.
Diabetes.
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 I'm
I'm
You
over
get,
time
you get 3 hit die and 2 damage of diabetes.
Gary,
four.
your food is relatively easy to get. As far as it, basically, she takes in beef roast and gets some os juice and like throws some vegetables together into it, boils it slowly, puts some cheese on it, gets you some fresh bread from the bakery that is not apple based.
Yum.
That part is appreciated.
I'll take a pot of that, or a bowl of that rather, and one of the things that Lestran's gnawing on.
He's gnawing on everything.
Right, Lestran's got a pile of bones in front of him. You want the bones that Lestran has eaten? That's what you want?
What it used to be before it was bone.
Auroch sticks. Got it. And brisket
the
coming
Auroch.
up.
Where'd you
So-
guys go?
Turn to them. It's like, as Jyotis was saying, we went and visited the animator.
May not
It's
visit
beyond
it.
his. It's beyond his skill, but he gave us a couple of tips. We should
Oh?
probably speak to the sea witch in Trinisbad.
Mhm.
She might be able to help. We have to flatter her a bit.
She likes to call herself the prettiest hag, so I'm sure we can think of a few things, right?
I'm sure we'll figure out something.
You look like a 7 out of 10.
Those your elbows, man. They're glorious.
Ankles all the way. What?
What to me? Like, would she consider a 10 out of 10 a not a compliment and a 1 out of 10 a compliment? I don't know.
I hate to
It
see
depends
you
on if
leave,
we're
but I love
talking
to
about the
watch you
number
do
of
that.
teeth.
There's a reason why you have a bard in this party.
Right.
Right?
Oh, so I didn't get a chance to tell you, Garrett. I mean, I briefly touched on it earlier when we were in the wild, but it was aside from the unfortunate pact that I seemed, or the contract that I have seen.
Yeah, the feather shows up in your soup.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
gosh.
Does it add anything to the flavor?
I don't know. I'm assuming a maggot or two might have dropped out of it, and I was going to pick
Yeah,
those
no,
up.
when you go fishing, you do find a couple of maggots.
Yep,
Mhm.
and pick that out and whatever, smash.
It is seasoning.
I'm gonna put that back in my pocket or close to it.
Yeah, you can
Um,
put it back in your pocket. That's fine.
I mean, I should probably put it on a necklace and wear it around my neck, but whatever.
Sure, you can do that.
Do that later. Anyway, I was In desperation, I jumped inside of my bag of holding, hoping it would work out. Unfortunately, there was an unforeseen side effect, which resulted in this. And he shows the feather. But
Yeah, he goes to pull the feather out, and it's there.
yeah, and anyway, before that happened, it was very interesting. It was very interesting seeing how it works from the inside. I think we could maybe upgrade our boat. We could talk about it later, when we're less in public.
Aye. Well. Anything to help us with the business that we're hoping to start, yes?
Yeah, exactly.
Latham was unaware that they were starting a business. Did he overhear that comment?
I think he would, because, again, like,
Business.
he's right next to them.
Yes, Latham. We could use a man of your talents. Don't you agree, Garret?
I imagine his ears perked up when we said
Right.
something.
Right.
We're looking
I mean-
into doing some courier work, cargo transfer.
Anytime there's a potential contract to play, like that's like all of his passive perception points are basically in that, looking for opportunities.
Right.
And I have some other ideas as well, but they were best.
Everything is still very much in the drawing board stage, but we had every intention of coming to you once we want to incorporate some of these ideas.
I mean, it's always best to start with an incorporation and get that stuff filed. So let's draw the paperwork for a modest fee, of course.
Oh, of course.
Discount for friends and party members.
Well, we're hoping that you would help with investment as well, if we need it.
See what friends I can get lined up.
For the time being, it's mostly based on transference and moving of cargo. With a bit of a focus on the post, because that does not seem to be consistent in this area.
Right, and we don't want to really step on the competitors right now. We kind of think we could fill a niche.
Oh,
with that.
that's don't want to step on competitors. What kind of business is this?
I
Not a
mean,
successful one.
we're small. We were small, so we're trying to fill a niche that is not currently serviced.
I
Wow.
see you, too, long to be an oligarch.
Calm down there, Bezos.
Yeah.
We'll work on a shipping company. I mean,
yeah. Too real for Dan.
that's...
Right.
But more of that in the morning when I am less cloudy of mind
Yes.
and full of tasty
Much
things.
so.
Here, have you had some?
I don't
Have some
know.
more.
Is that a different one?
Try this.
I'll try it.
Quite unique.
It's one of the island's various samples of rum. It's delicious, but it also reminds you of how you felt after rum running. Like, it's one of those, like, oh, God.
You know,
And Latham has just been chugging these, because when it doesn't involve exercise, the man can drink like a champion.
I'm okay
It's
with
a
it.
professional trait.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with this. You know, I had an idea of setting up a still too once upon a time. What do you think of that, Latham? And this is after you
Doing what?
a distillery.
Oh, yeah. Like that is personal long-term goal. Yes. I hope one day when
I
I
would
am
love to help
old
you
and
set that.
decrepit, I will have my own distillery. Or acquire one. I don't know which. But I've got some
Well-
thoughts on that.
I think just a small one that might fit on the boat, or somewhere with see fit.
I don't know about that.
I mean, like our base or something. If we ever acquire a base or a room or something that's ours.
Could certainly do with the help for shipping. But we'll find out then. Until
Well,
then.
I'm thinking of cognac. Cognac's made on rocked barrels, right? That could go on a boat, right? This is after Jyotis had a few, by the way.
Right. You can
the
put
talking-
booze on a
it's the-
boat, right?
It's the talking business plans and creative ideas when you're drunk state
Yeah.
of the night.
Yep.
Yeah, no, this is that like 2 a.m. conversation.
Yep.
Where like the bar is still going because they know there's a storm coming the next day and they just want to celebrate as hard as possible.
At this
And-
point, Garret stands
know
up
that
and he's
business.
like, "All right, I Lolly helped, but I think I might still have a couple of cracked ribs. I'm going to bed.
Have a good night, Garret.
Rest well when you do.
Yeah,
Good
Lolly is
night.
wired
Don't stay up.
herself.
Lolly, don't stay up too much later,
I'm
Oh,
not
or you'll
sure
miss
that,
breakfast.
she's
You'll
had
miss
so much sugar at this point. I don't know if she's gonna fall asleep for the next 3 days.
Like
She will
having
crash-
sugar
she
is like
will
me and
crash
booze.
soon
It's metabolized fast enough.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. She
right.
can handle it.
Please, I'm basically made of cotton candy.
Sustaining, like it there's a
Therefore, she is a cannibal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is she eating?
Yes.
if she has a rip in her fur, we just feed her a cake and it melds
Pops
itself
right
back together.
out. Yeah, yeah.
The bits melt together. like
Sugar
some
goes
kind of-
in, sugar comes out. Can't explain that.
Oh,
All right. I guess the rest of the evening will continue as such, and we can move on to the morning. I don't. Given
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
wasn't
going
willing
to say,
to do
I
the
don't know if he'd be really able to. I mean, I may be, but Latham may not be able to talk in any depth with what Gary and others found. So we'll have to like talk about that in more seriousness over a tasty and non-boozy breakfast.
that sounds
Yeah.
glorious.
Ironically, after Gary goes to bed is when Echo, of all people, shows up at the bar,
Oh
walks
my.
in, comes in, sits down right
Hi,
next to
Echo.
Jyotis and Lestrin.
Wants a cake?
Hey,
Yeah.
Echo. How are
Yeah.
you?
Well, I thought you guys forgot about me at first.
No.
course.
Then I
not.
realized a bunch of kids had gotten kidnapped,
Sorry.
and I kept
Yeah.
spying on the boat.
Oh, yeah. How'd that go?
Well, they took off just now.
Damn it.
Oh.
So
Yeah,
I
knew we
figured
wait.
I figured that, like, I didn't want to be on a boat in a storm, so I was going to come in. It's all anchored safely as best we can. Shouldn't get batted around too much.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Garret will appreciate your hard work.
You will certainly be compensated.
Kidding. Yeah, that's for sure. Would you care to have a drink?
I'd care to have several based on the piles in front of you.
Have one. He shoves like 3 over.
Fancy cake.
Yeah, no, like, Echo is instantly going more for the cake than the booze. Like,
It's so
she'll
good.
sip on the booze a little bit, and she's like, yeah, I like this cake. This is nice. Man,
The vanilla.
almost
So-
never get vanilla.
So, Echo, does your Echo drink too?
No.
Oh.
It's an Echo.
How's that work?
Well,
Ooh.
I...
Yeah.
What?
No, I want to know how it works.
Oh, well, I basically think about the possibilities of my life and the magic in my veins, and then I reach out and I pull just a fragment of what I could be from somewhere else to this world.
Most intriguing. So, a fragment of someone else, you say?
Yeah. Yeah,
Is
it's
it,
me.
is it if they're willing? Oh, it's you. So,
Yeah, no, it's something like I could be in another life, or I could pull on the moment, but if I approached it from a different angle, and that's how I can interact.
Let me see.
So is it?
Sure.
So is it like? Is it from like the multiverse or something? The parallel universe?
I don't know how it works. I just know that I was taught that I could do this thing and to focus and to draw upon the possibilities, and then there it is. And she snaps her finger, and sure enough, that like cloudy fog version of herself floats over towards the bar, grabs a piece of cake, and then floats back over to Echo.
Wow, that's beautiful. I'm so glad we hired you, Echo. Watch
try.
this. I found out something while we were in the wild, and Jyotis does the mind trick thing on a piece of cake.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, I think I can do it too. And then I snap my fingers and cast Mirror Image. And there are 3 duplicates of me dancing
Oh
around.
goodness!
That's a little different, but that's very cool.
None
So
of
do
them
you
can
have
grab
a
the cake,
Victorian now? Just kidding. Just kidding.
Do I have a what?
Never mind. I didn't say anything.
Are you a little drunk, sir?
Little bit. We've been here a few hours now, I think. And as you can see by the pile in front of us.
Yeah, no, it's getting big. Like the poor bartender can barely keep up with the dishes. People are finally starting to trickle out now that it's getting towards that like 3 a.m. witching hour.
So, have you found an inn to stay at, Echo?
Yeah, it's this one. The one that I recommended to you fools.
Okay. Just making sure you had a place, because,
I'm the one who told you about this place.
Oh, yeah.
Stares and winks at the bartender, and she's like, yeah, she's always got a room here.
Awesome. You're good people.
So, what are we doing next? I mean, you
Going
just saved a bunch
to
of kids.
bed.
Going to bed.
I'm going to bed.
Looks like they're going to bed.
With whom?
I don't know.
Myself.
Roll a d20.
The 3 of us, me, myself, and I.
Hey, me too.
That's good.
6.
Okay, well, you find a local. They are.
She's a 6 out of 10.
This is 6 out of 20.
Oh, dear. Oh, geez.
I mean,
Ooh, that makes
roll
it
it.
3 out of 10.
it's
Like, roll a
it's
d10.
one of those ones who like. Because you are so drunk, nothing she does is that annoying. But in the morning, you'll wake up and realize that, like, the way she spoke had this, like, funny little, like,
She
in
talks
breath
about
every
opening a
time.
gym.
And then, yeah,
Puts on robes,
hobbies
sneaks out
and
without waking up.
her hobbies and habits are just a little bit grating. And yeah, it's that morning after realization of, like, oh my God, I could have done so much better. And, like, not a bad looking person, but just an emptiness of personality. And
That's why I refuse to vaccinate my children.
Oh,
You're
no.
right.
That's the second time I got crabs.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, in an island campaign, getting crabs can be 2 very different things.
Yes, it is. It's for sure.
Exactly.
Well, Lestrin, you have a good night, sir.
Good
And
evening.
Latham, good luck.
Latham's gone at this point.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
In many
off
ways,
on
of that
adventure.
Off on adventure. So, Echo, what did you do before we hired you? I mean, clearly you're a navigator, but have you been doing it for long?
About the last 5 years, I started off working on a ship. Well, I used to live in Serenity's Breath, and it just kept getting more and more dangerous, and I didn't want to work for the Dejani, so I just started serving as a navigator's apprentice, and basically built up a reputation. And I find Alara Samal is just a really pleasant kind of, for lack of a better word, a tourist town. Like, it's just nice. It's like a vacation to port there after navigating ships. So,
It's sort of at the end of the line, right? It's kind of
Yeah.
off the path a little bit.
And it's also that city that just, it feels happy. Not every city feels happy. You know, like how this town feels like they lost a lot and like they're slowly recovering, but part of their healing process is that they're just ready to fight, even though they think they can't win.
I've noticed that.
Alaris Amal is like one of the only cities that I've been to that doesn't feel that way anymore, even though nature is oppressive and powerful. Gilderstrand was too big, but Alaris Amal was nice.
Did you ever go to the festival of Uwashikano Waui?
Bless you.
I might be a little drunk. I might have mispronounced it.
Yeah,
You know,
no, I did actually go on Okoa in Manehanai. I got to celebrate that with a bunch of halflings. It was a really, really fun celebration.
most
But I had to take a month off to diet afterwards.
I bet. That's why I like that celebration. The roast beast is pretty amazing.
Yeah, we just did several pigs, but they all told stories about that. And
Oh yeah, Gildestrand. They do a big opulent celebration, of course, because it's Gildestrand. But they typically have like 10 animals stuffed inside an aurochs. It's like an aurochs with sorry, memes. It's an aurochs stuffed with a wild boar, stuffed with either a goat or a lamb or a masunge goat typically, and then an albatross or a goose, and then
isn't killing an albatross bad luck?
is it? I never heard of that. Maybe.
Only on a ship.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Well, you could use a goose, I guess, if you're worried about the albatross, and then duck, chicken, jackalope, turtle, emu egg. I think that's how it goes. Pretty
Is it
amazing.
just a game, or they were like, how many things can we stuff inside other things?
I think it's supposed to be, because it's a 10-day celebration, so I think it's supposed to be like one animal for every day.
Wow. That is really opulent.
It's pretty up.
All right, kids. Well, I'm going to go crash a bedroom. And in the meantime, you all have a good night. We have a storm coming in the morning, 10 a.m. So,
Do you know specifically what time it's going to hit?
yeah, the storm chasers, their almanac is pretty accurate. Especially, they did a republished one before we left. Something about a weather balloon giving them a little more accurate tracker.
I heard about that.
Yeah, well, anyways, y'all have a good night.
You too. Enjoy the evening.
She slowly stands up, and like after a drink and a half, she's teetering. So she's like,
Whoa. Need some help.
I don't normally drink because I'm the navigator. So yeah, I'm good. And like walks over to the bartender and is like, help. And the bartender helps her upstairs.
Oh, shit. Well, Lolly.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might go pass out too.
I haven't blinked in 3 minutes.
You haven't what?
I have not blinked in 3 minutes.
That's
I think
impressive.
I had too much cake.
I think you should blink or put some eye drops in.
Are you in love with that girl?
No.
You seemed in love. Alright, good night!
Nice girl. Have a good night.
Reminder not to jump on the bed.
Oh, don't jump on the bed.
Too late!
Lustering from a pile of bones and bruise. Like, just like peeks out of this hovel that he has built for himself.
Don't jump on the bed, Lolly. Wait. Don't jump on the bed. I'm gonna stoop her upstairs.
With that, most of you fall asleep relatively uneventfully. Lestrin, would you do me a favor? Roll me 2d6.
Okie dokie. You want the total or each?
The total, please.
4.
Okay. Lestrin, with that storm on the horizon, as much as you should get rest, there's just an energy running through you. And you start to feel the wrapping of that little device you've got stored in you. Like it's starting to just tingle a little bit. Not like a static discharge, but just like there's an energy to it as the storm's getting closer. And did you try to head to bed, or did you try to pull the all-nighter of drinking as much as possible?
Well, after Jyotis and Lolly went, I wandered to the bed.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you fall down, and at first it feels like you're going to drift off to sleep, just like normal. Especially after the amount of booze that you have put in your body. And water, thankfully water. Because you were healthier than any of the others there that were drinking this much. But the closer the storm gets, the more wide awake you get. And you don't feel exhausted. In fact, you gain the benefits of a long rest. After 6 hours of time passing, but you are wide awake and feeling, if anything, caffeinated by the time you can start to hear the distant thunder on the horizon.
Okie dokie.
It's
weird.
approximately 6 bells. And your eyes, like, again, every time you go to close your eyes, they just snap back open, and you just get that jolt of energy that you feel good. Feel like you could move, feel like you could bounce, feel like you could go almost anywhere. What time are the rest of you all waking up? Roll for hangovers. Aside from
Me
Lolly, who needs to roll for
Sure.
diabetes.
Yeah, same.
Well, see what time that can't got me, but
What do I roll?
A
Con?
Constitution saving throw.
Con.
Do you want me to roll a
21.
con too?
I'm a professional.
No, Lestrin, you're okay because your body is fixing itself really fast.
I rolled an 18 total.
I didn't
Okay.
drink that much.
No, Gary, you're fine. Gary, you are the responsible adult in the room. Latham, what was yours?
9.
Yeah, you have a headache, but you're okay. It's
Nothing new.
yeah, no, it's that gentle, pleasant stab behind the eye, and
It was
provides
a good night.
provides the exact kind of motivation you need to get the hell out of that room before that thing wakes up.
Also, a good breakfast.
Yeah, and sure enough, it's about 8 bells by the time the rest of you are fully rested.
I'm already
Lestrin,
at the bar.
yeah, you at like 6 bells, your
Breakfast
body
beer.
was ready to go. And yeah, the bartender is already at the bar too. Echo came down at about approximately 7.5 bells, just looking exhausted but happy. Takes a seat next to Lestrin, orders a breakfast beer as well. Just gives the clank and just, so, long night for you?
Mm-mm.
Huh. Man, I thought
No,
you'd
I
be-
feel great.
I thought you would be wrecked. We were starting to stack bones around you.
Yeah, no, I'm great. The storm is making me feel great.
Huh. Well, that's interesting.
What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I wanna go do
Well,
something.
she looks around and is like, well, I mean, we got a couple of hours before the storm hits. We can do some shopping, go talk to some people, get paid for something, or just hide out and drink.
That's not enough activity. We need to go do something.
Looks at you again and is like, well, I mean, there's a shark in the bay we could go hunt and get some money for.
That sounds like fun.
You want to wait for the others?
Yes.
I was just
nice.
checking to make sure you were sober.
Very sober. Stone cold sober.
The rest of you coming downstairs, Lestrin looks possibly as giddy as he has ever been, which is saying something.
Lestrin. I didn't hear. Did Jyotis make his save? I can't.
Yeah, Jyotis made a save. It's only the thumb who has a nice, pleasant, eye pick.
Yeah. Les. Has the storm energized you by chance?
I don't know, maybe.
And the bartender, meanwhile,
pretty
is like pouring out food, just getting as much sausage and eggs. Like at this point, she's just cracking axe beak eggs to try to keep up with
Glorious.
incoming food orders.
Glorious.
Yep. Let's go kill the shark in the bay. Let's go do that.
That sounds fun. Should we eat our breakfast first? Quick.
Yes.
If you have to. Come on.
Not quick.
Let's go.
I don't know. What do you all think? I think Lestrin
I'm
seems
going up
giddy.
to the bartender. It's like, when you have a moment, I'll just have the special, but generous portions thing.
She just looks at you and it's like, the special is whatever Lestrin keeps ordering because, I mean, I made it for Lestrin and then almost everyone else ordered it last night because if the hero of Raisha eats it...
Of course. Of course.
I'll take a portion of that, whatever it is.
Very good.
I'll have
Eggs.
some leftover cake.
I'll save that for lunch.
Gary, the special is essentially a T-bone steak from an Aurochs, a little bit of brisket, axe beak scrambled eggs,
Steak and egg.
yeah, and just really thick, not hardtack style biscuits, but it's just smothered in a sausage gravy, and then on top of that is wild boar sausage as well. Like, it's just a plate of meat and protein.
That looks amazing.
Don't talk about that. You're making me hungry, Bob.
Yeah, it does. Jyotis definitely orders that too, but
Yeah.
he also orders like a small Bloody Mary.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, this is probably as good of a stopping point as any.
It
Because it's
seems
11:42.
reasonable spot. And like the calm before, well,
The calm before the
before the
storm.
literal storm.
We're just gonna go shopping. It'll be
We're just gonna go kill a shark, and then the storm's gonna hit.
Amazing.
Baby shark.
So, if everyone is good to game, I will see us all on the 19th for game.
As far as I
Sounds
know,
great.
Sounds like a party.
All right, folks. Thank you so much for everything tonight. It was
fun
fun.
little game.
was
Yeah,
great.
Nice little encounter. I don't know if you would plan that, but
I didn't, but in the meantime, sometimes those are the